Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to Knowledge and Relationships. Present with Rico and R'Shaun. My co-host is being shy today, so I need you guys to help coax him out. Oh, there he is. There he is. There's that guy. How you feeling today, Rico?
I'm feeling wonderful for a hump day, sir. Wonderful for a hump day. We on the backside, so we on that back nine, so we better enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure. Real quick, just want to shout out the people who I see in the chat already. We have Summer Men's Pies. Thank you for popping over from Twitch. We definitely appreciate you rating the room. We have Womenisphere. Thank you, everybody over at Womenisphere. We have AR. We have Mika Slays, August, all the people over there at Women's Sphere. Appreciate you. I definitely enjoyed the content, and thank you for having me on last week that I believe you dropped the show just this past week. So shout out to you all. Thank you, love you, all that good stuff. That looks like that's it for that. Nobody else in the chat yet. All right. Anybody else that shows up late, we're gonna block them out of the room. It's just gonna be us. Just gonna be us today. You're late, you can't participate. All right, Rico. Today, everybody is talking about love. Valentine's Day is in the air. Romance. Let me switch this format real quick. Yeah, I like that a
That's the
little
that's the
better.
rope. That's the color of love.
Yeah, got that red going. So everybody's talking about, romance and dating. Dating's a big topic in this space, trying to
Mm-hmm.
get relationships right. I don't think everybody's going about it the right way, but it is what it is. Let me see some of Miss Pies. Boom. But with Valentine's Day on the way, do you have any big plans for Monday? You and the wifey?
I don't know what my plans are at the moment. Obviously, I'm gonna get her some flowers. I'm gonna take her out to dinner. The standard stuff. Fortunately, this will be our first Valentine's over in the island. Over in DR.
Mm.
So we get the hell out of this cold. We go somewhere where it's 80 degrees on the beach. So we'll probably be on the beach that morning, loving it. Yeah, I'm rubbing that in. Get out of this freezing ass cold and be on the beach and stuff like that. Uh, I'll be over there with a couple of sons of mine. So they'll be out, with us having fun. But we definitely will go off and have some alone time. We'll do some adulting, as they call it. Leave the kids and go do some adulting. And I always, we just usually do. I haven't done since when I first met her. It was really weird, and it wasn't like I was financially strapped. I would do more there's a few dishes I can cook that I
Mm.
learned how to cook, like a nice seafood pasta, and she really appreciated that. But now that we 10 years in, I'm like, I'm buying this shit. I'm not slaving over the stove because those first couple of years, I was putting in that work, trying to
Yeah.
lock it down. We weren't married, but we were living. I'm like, I need to lock it down. So, baby, yeah, I'm cooking. I'm like, I hope she don't think I'm gonna do this shit every year, But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna do it in the kitchen. So I admit that, we get a little old. I slacked off a little bit. She slacked off, but we never forget, showing the affection and expression of love for each other. And we're both happy to have each other and lucky to have each other. So that's the most important thing, anyway. She do most of
Definitely.
it, and I'm telling all my fellow men, young men, sons, brothers, cousins, everybody, and I particularly only speak to the men. I just tell them 2 words: act right. This day is it's a big day to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we can't minimize it because the love is not about what I think of the holiday because I don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what I think of her. So I just try to tell these young men, just be mindful of that. It ain't our day, so they created it. Let them have it. And shout out to Sister OG Patrice. Welcome in early,
OG.
early happy Valentine's Day to you,
Yep.
Women's Sphere, Summer Miss Pies. If I don't see you guys on that day, let you know that you are loved anyway, at least in this space. What
Absolutely.
about you, Arshawn? You got any big plans?
No, no. When it comes to dating right now, I'm Ray Charles. I'm not seeing anybody. Not trying to see anybody. I'm sticking pretty much with family, doing some stuff with family. So my nephew is moving this weekend. So I almost didn't make it back here in time. There's a traffic jam. took some stuff to his new apartment. So I'm gonna be dealing with family this weekend, moving him over little by little. He's having things delivered. So, well, no time for romance. It's
But
family
I'm
time.
sure you got some options out there. I'm not saying yeah, you got options. You always keep options. Come on, I get it. You keeping it close to the vest. I get it.
Nah. I had to leave that. I had to leave the market alone. It got a little too hot. So I see Yella, our boy, coming over from Twitch. Appreciate you for popping through. Cool Cat, King of Twitch. Yeah, so appreciate you definitely. Real talk with Mimsy Lambs. Hello, young ladies. Been a little minute. I still have your one of your Bible talks saved in my save later. I apologize if I gotten to it, but I am looking forward to hearing what you have to say. So thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by. Come on up if you feel the need. If you give me a moment, Rico, go ahead and I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to try to get the StreamYard link out. Okay. Forgive me, everybody. I am new at running the platform, so as we have hiccups, bear with your boy. I'm new to this, but
while he's doing that, let me do a shout out that this is going to be our new hours. We had to get off that West Coast time. I hope it's not upsetting to anybody. Just for us, if we could start at this time, because when we were starting on the West Coast time, me and R'Shaun, we were on the East Coast. So every time we were ending, that was like the next day for us. So if you're Midwest and West Coast, you might be closing out the night. We're opening the other morning. So that was just a little too much on the old man, beating me to death. So we're switching to the 6 to 8. We hope that this day and time doesn't step on any of our other fellow YouTubers, but we also understand if it does nudge or squeeze up against anybody, it's unintentional, nothing deliberative about it, but it ain't but so many hours in the day, and we got to land somewhere. Right. So that's that. And if we haven't, we've also, just to give a shout out to, we have a Monday show, same time, 6 to 8. So we're gonna submit these times, and that stream, if you haven't subscribed to it, it's called Critically Drinking with Rico and R'Shaun, and we talk about everything. We got one stream up there. We beta tested Monday. We dropped it, and we think you guys are really going to like that. More lighthearted, more fun. It's more of a me and R'Shaun going back and forth. But this is still, we're going to continue on here every Wednesday, 6 to 8, and we're going to do Monday, 6 to 8 as well. So we're hoping that we can put some more positive content out to get away from some of this craziness that's going on in these YouTube streets. That's just unnecessary. We still gonna keep messy though too. We still got our petty with us, but we need to be petty every day, all day.
Absolutely. So we want you guys to practice polygamy streams. We want y'all to see us too. We know y'all seeing others, but come and see us too. So polygamy streams. I like that, polygamy streams. and guys, please shout out any here on Knowledge and Relationships, or even on Critically Drinking, ideas and things that you guys think that we should talk about, because I pick up ideas through my reading and things and so forth, and it's a lot of other stuff going on out there outside the Black YouTube space that's still Black adjacent or Black related or just related to us that we're not talking about, that I've just seen just through the news update. And I'm like, wow, that's a really crazy thing. And along the lines with the love, it's this really interesting story about this OnlyFans content creator, and then finding out that her dad's been subscribed to her. Ooh. Yes, and it's a real story. And I'm like, wow, we need to talk about that. And she had some. She had been touched when she was younger. I'll just say it that way. So then you got into that whole psychology. It's okay. Why she's now selling nudes on OnlyFans, but then you come to find out that your father's been creeping on you. And I know she was a Hispanic young lady, Kayla Rodriguez or something. But I'm like, that's not, because I think there was a story a few years back where the adult actress Pinky had said that her father, while he was incarcerated, I think he might still be incarcerated, would watch her porn. And say he would skip through the parts that had her.
So that you kind of makes you want to like. That's a whole different dynamic that you haven't. But it's interesting. It's just a real talk.
Ugh.
In the spirit of love, exactly. So
that's not a good love there, Rico.
no,
that's that bad love, man. That's that bad love.
Yeah. But your own father. So we're not talking about an adult. We're talking about your own father, and that's like, what's wrong with these dudes?
No.
Nope.
No.
But that was just so we're saying that we're going to try to grab a lot of interesting content to talk about and bring you guys in, and we want to know what you think and how you feel about it. R'Shaun?
Absolutely. Oh man, that one threw me for a loop right there, Rico. So speaking of OnlyFans and porn, Rico, what are some things that you love? That's the first question. What are some things that you love?
You mean in what context? Like
No, just in general. I mean, this is a light icebreaker question.
Yeah.
Just what comes to mind? We say, what does Rico love? What do you think of?
Food. I love food.
Okay.
Obviously. I don't have a love affair with food, but obviously I love the grapes. So
that's fair.
Yeah, I do love them. But I try to, I think, it's interesting, because you go through life and you get up to a certain age, and things that used to be very important to you in the beginning, the older you get, becomes less important to the point we just almost don't care. I love my family, but I love them in a different way. I love, parts of myself that's growth, and then parts of myself that I know that are still broken. So I love the clarity that I can see myself, warts and all. Not saying that, I shouldn't. I'm still working on it, but I don't. I love, like I said, brother, I love this connection that me and you got. I love some of my friendships I've had in the past, and the new friendships that I'm making every day. This is evidence to me that I still can learn. This old dog can learn new tricks. And I'm learning new things. Like I said, this friendship with you, R'Shaun, I don't think I would have done this with anybody else, because I know that your voice, and with the maturity and the intellect that you speak with, it spoke to me, to my mind, and to my spirit. And it's hard finding that a lot. And then, also, revalidating to yourself that you're not crazy. And it makes me feel like I got something still to give back, because I'm like, oh, this young man gets it, and so on and so forth. So let me go. This is the space I want to be in, and we can share and go back and forth. So that's a big thing, because we're all only here for a finite period of time, and we need to do the best we can with the limited amount of time we get. So obviously I love my wife, I love my children, but I kind of look at that as, yeah, well, that's what you're supposed to do. What do I love? I just love helping people if I can. I just really think people just ought to want to be decent fucking people. Not special. No. Just be good.
Yeah.
You, sir?
No, I definitely think I mirror a lot of what you said. I love my family. Like I was telling my nephew, like, man, I know I'm supposed to be back at 6, man, but I'm, that's my guy. Like, my nephew is as close to a son as I'm ever going to have. So it was like, if I can't make it back, like, I said, it's a hobby. I'm not getting paid. I might try to start it from my phone, but I'm like, I love my family. Like, they are my heart. I do love food, unfortunately, the wrong way, the unhealthy way. I have an addiction to sugar. I'm fighting it. I'm battling. I told people before, since October, I pretty much cut out all the sugary drinks. So, I mean, if I'm drinking, I'll drink hard seltzer instead of beer. I have zero sugar stuff. So, I mean, I've done a lot of changes, and it's benefited me quite a bit. So, I mean, I'm fighting back. I waited late in life to start fighting back, but, I'm here. So I do love this space. I'm gonna tell you, Rico, something I did not realize that had been changing in me since we started. I think we probably were around Lapeef talk around the same time, and then coming over to conversations with King, and then through other spaces. What I have noticed, I have a better image, and in spite of the drama, I have a better internal image of Black people, because I've seen a greater diversity of our voices and how dynamic a lot of those voices are, how intellectual a lot of those voices
Mm-hmm.
are, how community oriented a lot of those voices are, as compared to what I see in my local area, where we
Okay.
just, come and go in my family and my friend
Mm-hmm.
groups. I see a greater diversity in these YouTube spaces for the good and the bad, but seeing the good helps give me more positive, like more hope.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really was starting to worry about us. I was like, man, it's over for us. But I see some minds out there that are looking to change. I see a lot of people talking about the same things that they want to change in the community, media portrayals,
Mm-hmm.
organization. So if
Mm-hmm.
we have the same desires, what we have to at some point do is align, like, action. If we have the same desire, if we align intent and action, I think we can actually make some things happen. So I love seeing this space that there are so many people. Shout out to Quantum Love. She's one of the people. I love seeing so many people that have a great mind, a positive way of operating. I don't force anybody's belief structure. So politically, religiously, I don't need everybody to think like me. And across the spectrum, I've seen so many great people in this space. So I love this space for what it's shown me different than my life has. Because around me, a lot of people are similar. So,
Mm-hmm.
like the echo chamber
Yeah.
effect, so I've kind of fallen into the friend group, family group that's the echo chamber. But online, I get pushback. I get different thoughts. I mean, because even the things you've challenged from the red pill space were thoughts I had never had. And I think of myself as a thinker. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, Rico's out thinking me, So I'm like, man,
And
appreciate
that's
you, man.
hard to
Appreciate
do.
you.
Yeah. And even and what you said is wonderful because that's what I've seen. I've seen that for a long time, even in my real life, not my personal family, but I've always had a wide array of friends and people that I knew and I interacted with. So I got a diversity of thought throughout my most of my life. So I knew I was like, this is crazy because I know a lot of people who think more positively of us as a community. The only thing that I would say, so in spite of I'm giving me great, and it really gives me hope when I see young men like yourself and even younger, and I've seen some young guys out here, and I'm like, man, I'm in love with that young brother because they're coming with it, and they're like I say, it's not always all this anger and frustration, but they're coming with a righteous voice, a voice of reason, a voice of truth. But I am a bit disappointed at the levels, and I don't think it's just our community. I think it's all community, but it's a cancer that's in our community as well. And I'm just going to speak to our community because that's the community we're talking about. But it is in other communities. So anytime I say something, I always preface it with, I have not seen a single. I have never. There is not a black problem.
Yeah.
Every problem we have exists in other communities, and we need to start speaking like now. We need to address the problem that's in our issue, whether it's black on black crime, whether it's high teen pregnancies, whether it's high school dropouts, whatever. Yes, but there's not a single problem that exists only into our community. So when people preface it that way, it does a huge disservice to us. Now, my biggest issue that I see in the community, and it exists in other, but I'm gonna speak to, is a lack of integrity is what I'm
Mm.
having a problem with. There's just too many people, and I think this is that whole gotta get the bag mentality. And people are willing to sell their souls for the bag. It's like the money is the end all to be all. And I'm not gonna say that I'm immune to it, but basically the way I've always prefaced it was I never cared about money because I never had it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I was born into poverty. I grew up into poverty. I make a nice middle class income, but I ain't never been no man of wealthy and means. So I just ain't never cared about it. But I see too much of an obsession with people about money, and that leads a lot of us down to a very bad place, even to the point where we would turn our back on our community and we would do our community a disservice greatly. And that's something that just needs to be talked about and spoken to. Um, People are willing to sell their integrity for a few coins, and it's not going to do you any good at the end of the day. Yeah,
Yeah.
just be a
Definitely,
damn
sir.
decent person. It's just too much of it. Too much.
Yeah, Sir Hell definitely agrees. Shout out to Sir Hell Speaks, a wonderful network and channel he has over there. M3 was just shouting out his Good Morning Coffee chats. M3 subscribes to those and watch those pretty faithfully. And speaking of the man, M3, knowledge and relationships. Salute to everyone. R&R in the building. Everybody get you a little R&R. And our sister, Hanifa Naila. Peace to the chat. Peace to R&R up here. Yeah, we got you going. Thank you. Love you, sister. We just had a pop in from Jay Takashi. Thank you, sir. Thank you for popping by. Hello, everyone. A great topic. All right, Rico. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of truth in what you're saying. Our community, I think having so many positive people that want to reach out and do better. Um, Jay said he'll be on to talk about this.
Excellent.
So many people, and we're seeing them from so many different spaces, so many different places. I mean, different parts of the diaspora. You know, you got What the Funk from Germany, Simon Hectic from London, and there's a lot of people who haven't been in the Manosphere YouTube spaces or our YouTube spaces, but I've found people from Ghana. So there are a lot of people out here who are looking to put better content, positive content out there. So I'm thankful to discover that, because it's easy to fall into like a hopeless place when all you think is the red pill content. You know, that's my introduction, but I was like, there's a lot more than that. There's a lot more to us, and there's a lot more to us in this space. So it's been refreshing to see that. So shout out to Ron P. He says peace, Rico and R'Shaun, and peace to the chat. Thank you for stopping by. We definitely appreciate you for being here.
I try to preface it like this: the topic we're talking about tonight, love. That's the true currency. That's the currency that everybody should be chasing for. Not dollars, but love. And not always. And I tell people, love is greater than a relationship with the opposite sex. Love your brother, love your family, love your fellow man. Be good to humanity. There is so much richness and reward in that. I know people who are not well paid, but are very well, highly respected because of the love that they have for the community, teachers, people is just, and very well respected. So if you make it all about, if I got $1 million, it's in the bank, don't nobody know, and nobody should be bowing down to me because of the money I got in the bank. We supposed to, no, I ain't say be broken, Hanifa. No, I'm not even talking about relationship. I'm talking about relationship with your fellow man. Yes, you should be broke in love. I love you, Hanifa. I should want to love you. You are my sister. And if I got to be broke to love you, if I got to be rich to not love you, I'd rather not be rich. All the riches in the world ain't going to do me no damn good if my soul and my heart is spoiled. If it's ruined, I can't have anything. But I don't want to be hungry now. I got to have enough to eat. But I don't have to be rich. Thank you, sister. I'm glad I was. I like that little, we need that little tug and push. That's what me and R'Shaun talk about.
Yeah, like that pushback. So I got some pushback for the pushback for the pushback. I have a question though, because I've seen that a lot. I've seen that a lot lately about being broke and love. Now I wonder about that, because people, poverty has existed for a very long time. And those very same people had love, children, families, marriages, some successful, some not, just like all times. So I wonder what's wrong, Rico, with being broke and having love. Is it okay to date and find love if you don't have a lot of money, or are you committed to die alone because you haven't gotten your finances up?
Yeah, it's funny because actually I think there's a term that I've heard coined called struggle love, right? Some people call it struggle love. So I'm like, yeah, that's weird. I don't think, do I think it's important that a man should be able to support himself to live? Because even in poverty, you're still earning, you still have to live. So even though, so again, you're right. Yeah, struggle love. Thank you, Sister Patrice. But like I said, people have always been in struggle love. Like I said, hell, we were in love. We had love when we had no income. When we were on the plantation, we had no income. We had love, and true, genuine love through struggle. I think it's a very. I don't think that there's a problem with people in poverty having love. Love is a completely organic thing anyway. Money don't make you fall in love. You get money, she get money. Y'all just using each other for resources anyway at that point. So if it's all about finance, that ain't love. That's about a financial transaction. Okay, I got resources, you got resources. We make sure we both got resources, so we gonna live a better life. Fine, that's great if that's your thing. But is that love? Or is that just a partnership that you come together to cohabitate and you're checking out and you're making sure both best interest is taken care of? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think that is supposed to be the sole driving thing. So, but then again, I don't want to sit there and put out in the ether that just love alone is going to pay the bills and feed you either, because no, I'm not.
Love conquers everything. Love conquers all, Rico.
Right. There's no, okay, well, we just going to lay up here with the lights turned off and hug up on each other in the cold until they come and set us in the couch outside. No.
Body heat, man.
I'm not saying that. But so you have to do the basic minimum to be able to, yes, I agree with that 100%, Hanif. That is the term, is a subtle attack. I believe that, yes, you can be loved. You can have love in poverty, but while you're in poverty, you should always continue to work yourself up out of poverty. Not necessarily to be rich, but just out of poverty. Because I think if you're in poverty and you're not in love, it's still a terrible damn thing. So the poverty is just terrible for people all over the world, whether it's especially for children. The number of children around the globe that's living in poverty is absolutely heartbreaking. So, and they, a mother with kids living in poverty, there's love in that household. Those kids still love their mother. They don't want to leave that poverty away from. You cannot take those children in poverty away from their mother to go to a better life. No, most of them want to be with their mother. That's love. That's love. I'd rather be hungry with my mama than to be fed without her. You're not going to take me away from my mama. So yes, you have struggle love every damn day.
Cool.
And that's love. That's the love we talking about, sir.
Yeah.
Love
good,
for the world.
Yeah. Glad to hear it. Glad we switched that up. Talking about, hey man, you ain't got no finances, you ain't got no romances, no chances. Forget all y'all. But yeah, that's definitely a thing. We do need to think more considerable. We need to consider more. I mean, because if we're going to have that drum beat, the steady drum beat, if you don't have no money, you don't deserve love, you don't deserve relationships. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's the human existence and the world. Most of the world doesn't have the same level of financial resources that we do in this country. So, I mean, it's almost specific to higher income, like higher income countries and society. So, I mean, I wonder. I know even Kevin Samuels talks about, those people that come across the border, and he's standing outside the Home Depot. His wife treats him with a level of respect. So, I mean, so that you can still have love and relationship, even if you don't have a lot of financial means. So I always wonder why people spend so much time regurgitating that. I do understand people don't want to struggle, but I'm even hearing people talk about not building together. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't talk about that real quick, Rico, because I was watching On the Block with Jen, and she was talking about kind of like saying in a negative way about building together. You shouldn't have to build together. But if somebody's already made it, if somebody's at their prime, financially, physically, mentally, their options open up. So of course, then they're not going to have the same type of relationship as if somebody that you build with. I mean, because a lot of times the trials and the errors help build your closeness when you overcome things. But if you're already on the top, you've made it, you're Jordan, you're the GOAT. You're not. It's going to be hard to take somebody as seriously that comes into your life at that point. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. Let me start. I'll start off with, because I heard what Kevin said, just to say he don't know what the hell he's talking about when he speaks on. He just doesn't, because even those communities, which I'm well versed with those communities, and let me be clear, the immigrant community is not exclusive to Latinos. There are large pockets of African immigrants as well down in Mexico, trying to come up here because that's the route that they take, the ones coming from poverty. But I'm well versed in the community, and I can tell you, I'll just say this: he don't know what the hell he's talking about. He ain't in those communities. He don't live in those communities. He just used that as a weapon against black women to say, y'all don't act right. They act better. No, they act the same way. Period. I know plenty of them. They act the same way. So with that, I don't know what the context that Jen spoke in, but I do know anybody that say you can't build together, that's just, to me, that's crazy. I don't see why you can't. And for me, if I'm gonna use the lovely Hanifa, if I'm already on top of my game and she come into my life, but she didn't help do this. So okay, there's not an appreciation of do I need her. But if we built together from the bottom up to a certain level, oh, that's my ride or die. That's my rock. She's irreplaceable to me. Because every time I open my eyes and I see what we have built together, I know it is because of her. I didn't do this shit alone. So I think you have a better relationship if you built together, as opposed to if I wake up in my house and I had it before she came, she can get out. I don't care. I don't see nothing that I'm going to lose. Things you built together, you know there's a loss without that woman. She ain't like, even if it's she gonna take half. Yeah, that's all the more reason for your ass to work harder to keep it. But if I already had it and she leaving and she ain't taking nothing, you know what I'm saying? So from that position, and again, there's value if you build with someone, I promise you this, you're gonna build faster. As they say, 2 heads are better than 1. So I could sit there and say, I'm going to build. It may take me 10 years. With a woman, it might take me 5.
Yeah.
She ain't just sitting on her butt doing nothing. She's coming up with ideas. She's adding to the finance. That's how me and my wife got the retirement home. You think I would have I wouldn't have the home I'm in if it wasn't for my wife. And much less have a second one. No way I would have had that. Impossible. I was living in an apartment before I met her. Come on, knock it off. We built this empire together.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
I like that.
So, I mean, just the whole concept of who's out here. There's a very small percentage of men out here building alone. Very small. They may point to them, but I'm like, they didn't do it alone. They didn't. And even some of the most richest people, billionaires in the world, they had a spouse with them every step of the way, from nothing to something. So, you want to build on your own, keep playing the fucking lottery and hope you're going to hit. But other than that, it's just utter nonsense. It's utter complete nonsense. And there's really nothing wrong with it. Again, the struggle of, as you said, it's a narrow-minded way of looking at things. It's simple-minded. And we really need to start challenging these things. And I'm not saying you have to attack people, but you have to start challenging the thought process and the substance of it.
Yeah, real quick, I want to shout out the people who came into the room while we were gone. We had Mrs. Mary pop into the chat. Thank you so much, young lady, for being here. We appreciate and love the support. Our brother Danny Anthony, Mr. Danny K himself, thank you for being here. We have What Now 23G. Appreciate you so much for stopping by. And our brother Marcus Rodriguez is in the chat.
What's up, Marcus?
He came to stir up some trouble. And we also have a guest on the panel. We have the incomparable Mr. J. Takashi.
Well, let me say this. Domo arigato, everybody. And,
hey, let me say one thing, Jay, before you jump into Marcus, because what he put in post, and I hear that a lot. What we have to stop doing is, about the modern women. And I hear there are women who do want to hit the lottery, just like there are men who want to hit the lottery. There are always people, but we can't keep taking these outliers or extremes and saying that they're the majority. So while it is true, Marcus, that there are women who think and say the idiot stuff that you say, I'm telling you, the vast majority of women, modern, traditional, 1,000 years ago, 1,000 years in the future, don't believe that bullshit. They just speak the nonsense and they hope it'll happen. Ain't nobody giving it to them. So you know, so I don't want us to paint this narrative because one idiot says something and we paint all women that way, because I know the vast majority of them don't think that way. I ain't never heard no woman say, I just expect to come in and the man's supposed to have her. Well, I've known of one in 57 years. All the rest of them know, hey, I got to pick the other side of this damn wagon up too, while that man's on that side or pushing from the back. I got to steer the damn car, or I got to do something. He ain't gonna do it all, or either he ain't gonna need me. So most women come into a relationship knowing she needs to show value and do something. So if there are a bunch of them out there like that, you shouldn't want them anyway. But I'm done. Sorry about that. Hey, drop in,
No, sir. It's okay, Rico. Like I said, I love the OG school cats, schooling the younger generation to let them know what the deal is. Like I said, I have a lot of uncles that talked about this, and I want to say thank you guys for letting me on. I just wanted to share some things with you too, because I'm pretty sure every cat in here knows the Black Eyed Peas song "Where's the Love," right?
Yeah,
that song is so freaking true. I'm sorry, it's still one of the best songs to this day. I can still listen to it, Rico. I can tell you that. That's one of my favorites. And it speaks so true to what's going on in the world today.
Donny
and that
Hathaway,
song
right, Jay?
holds
Sorry
up.
to interrupt. That's Donny Hathaway, right?
Yes. Now there's a newer version. There's a remake by Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah. There's a remake version.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the original. Did you hear
I'm thinking about the original. The original, yes.
Is Donny Hathaway.
Yeah, Donny Hathaway.
That is fire. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fire. No, you find it. Like me and Rico was talking about the same one. That's the thing.
Gotcha.
And that song holds up so true to what's going on nowadays. People don't understand. Like I was sitting here just thinking about it because I saw your the topic for y'all stream, and I'm like, that's what came to my mind automatically. Now, why is it that's the one that came to my mind? It's because it's all the stuff that's happening now, and who would have thought those that 2 decades ago that song would still hold weight to the I think it's 2 decades old, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm gonna look it up. It's a little bit longer. That was like from the 70s, maybe.
Oh no, longer than that. My bad, guys. Yeah, because there's, like I said, there's 2 versions of it, and I remember the old one, and then the other one that came out too. So that actually might be 5 decades, 5 to 6. And I love that Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. You got it.
Royalty.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Royalty.
Exactly. My father had me listen to that when I was young.
1972. 1972.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's exactly 50 years ago. Wasn't it?
Exactly 50 or 60. Close. And the thing is, I love that song for so many reasons, the original and the remake, because they speak so many things about what's happening to us. And the thing is, it still holds up. Like I can listen to it, whenever I'm trying to think about things. If things are negative, I listen to that song. That song is one of the most beautiful things to ever come out. And the thing is, I see where Rico and I see where you're coming from, R'Shaun, on that. Because the thing is, nobody has any love anymore. And so I think what you've sacrificed is actually, I'll quote one of my favorite lines for this, because this will help people. When people say this, you think wealth and position grant you advantage over those beneath you, then couple your words with actions and prove the belief. To me, that's what you should do. And that's one of my favorite lines out of Spartacus. And I speak that to any rich person in their face. You think that makes you better than anybody? Mm-hmm. It really doesn't. All it means is that you're on top of the hierarchy, but it doesn't mean that you're better. Because what you lack is character. What you lack is empathy. What you lack, conviction and integrity. Mm-hmm. So what people need to understand is, remember the whole saying, money just makes you more of who you are. It does not change you. It just makes you more of what you are. I love that saying because it's the truth. And the thing is, I mean, we could talk LeBron, for example. LeBron did something amazing. He made he created a school for kids in his hometown, which isn't the best received, but he did something out of generosity of his heart because he wanted those kids to grow up and have a chance like he had a chance. I mean, he changed up his act, but the man actually put in work. Dwayne Wade is the same thing. He made a basketball camp for kids because he wanted them to succeed like he succeeded. He doesn't want them to just stay in the slums. He wants you to get out. That's the thing. Give them some summer of hope to get out. Just put in the work, and then you can be there. And the thing is, that's love, that's compassion. Those cats have character. They actually have character. You can throw in Jamie Foxx if you want to too in there. A lot of, like I said, there are some out there that actually do have love and compassion for other people, and there are some that are just gonna sit on top of the high horse and ride the gravy train until it falls down and flat in their face. So understand what Rico is saying. I definitely agree, and what Arshawn is saying, I definitely agree. It's just that some people need to get out this money lottery mindset.
Yeah.
Do the hard
Get the
work.
bag.
I'm talking about exactly, sir. I'm talking about both man and woman. I ain't coming at none of you. I'm coming at both of you because that's what I do. Both of you need to work hard, work on your own, work on your own self. You need to be able to communicate with other people. You need to be able to understand the cons that you lack and improve upon them, aka your weaknesses. Because because honestly, this is something I need to tell you. A creature knows once a creature understands his weaknesses, the ability to feel pain is not a weakness, it's a strength. And it makes you receptive to know what not to fall for the next time, but also what to be wary of the next time, because it actually will definitely make you stronger. You just have to be willing to understand to fight for fight for what you love, but also be able to back that up with the convictions and the standards that you hold true to yourself. If you're not, then you're just kind of just spouting nonsense and just saying stuff what people like a politician. I hate to bring that up, but that's the truth. And the thing is, our hard work and perseverance, to me, hard work and perseverance is what must always prevail. That's what it must be. Because, like I said, a man's hard work is shown by how he takes care of his kids and his family, or how he came up by himself. He had the help of his mother and his father, which I said I love them to this day. His uncle, other people who've contributed to his life in order to shape him to the person he can be. No one ever does it all by themselves. That should never get misconstrued. Jay-Z didn't do it all by himself. Freaking my two brothers didn't do it all by themselves when they found their diamond in the roughs and they got married and they have kids now. I'm not trying to spout that, but I love those two so much that they actually found their partners. Now they're just waiting on me to find mine because they want the best for me. And the thing is, they keep, like I said, it's these people that you have around you that keep you in check, but also, in a sense, that's love in of its sense. That's brotherlyhood love that we all have, that my brothers and me share. And the thing is, they're, like I said, they're good parents, they're good fathers. They're gonna help me, like when I become a father myself, because there might be other cats, OG cats I go to for help, but also those my brothers in my circle that ask for help. Because, like I said, the old and new practices, I think they work in conjunction with each other, not against one another. So that, like I said, that love is a powerful force. And if you choose not to have love in your life, then you will have a shroud of darkness around you. And I can tell you from experience that shroud is real. And I had it at one point. So please understand that it exists and it can take a hold of you and grab you in many ways and lead you down something that you don't want to do. But also, if you, like I said, if you're willing not to shut off or cut off those people who have your back in order to get a fruition in your life, and to put your mind and your body in a better place, then let them extend that hand to you and just go for it. To be honest, and I can't say just go for it. I should say go with the intent of giving it a chance. Because I don't know about everybody here, but I don't believe in three chances. I believe in second chances, and that's about as two as you get out of me. Because I believe in the two. And my father took a big technically you could say he took a big risk taking me in. And the thing is that he did take a risk, and the risk was well rewarded with me coming out the way that I've come out, and also taking his wording, his advice, but also always constantly talking to him to know that, Father, there's just questions that I do have. There's definitely questions I have to ask you. And me and him get along now more than ever. And I'm not saying we never did get along, but the thing is, because I'm older and I'm an adult, and I can have those grown conversations that you couldn't have when you was younger. Trust me, it's like the transition is so smooth, and there's love between me and my father there. That bond between father and son, and I I would never take away my compassion, my love that I have. Not to mention the masculinity that was put on me and that was sculpted to make me up to where I am today. The
You know
thing
what?
is,
You know
yeah,
what I love about what you're saying about Jay is, and that's part of what we talked about earlier, is it's important because oftentimes when we talk about love, people always think it has to be a male-female relationship. And you speak about love. Love is more than that. Your love for your brother, your family, your friends. And that's the part of us that I think in our community, in most communities, but definitely in our community, is broken. People seem to not care about other people. And like you said, you have to be open to giving love and receiving love. You have to be open to that. We didn't always used to be such a broken community where we couldn't love each other. I grew up, that's the part I do miss from me being a little boy, is there was care and concern in the community. But now you look in the community, and I'm not saying, it's just like, I don't know what happened where next door neighbors act like they don't give a damn about you next door. It used to be the way. It used to be where you're next. We don't have sitting on the porch no more.
We don't.
I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but everybody somewhere in this land, in this world, in these times, everybody became dog eat dog. And I'm not telling anybody to go out there and set yourself up to be a damn victim. But I'm saying if we all start to try to say, you know what, I need to just sit there and start. I ain't saying you got to smile. Just be a better fucking human being. Just be a better person to humanity for no other reason that it's going to make you feel better.
Right.
It'll make you feel good.
Right.
It really will.
And it really gets so much stress from you when you do.
Yeah. And so that's what I loved about the way you were speaking on the love, all that love you talking about. And you that one time spoke about a woman, you spoke about your father, your brothers, the community, and things like that. And I'm trying to tell people, I'm like, that's love. That's love.
Thank you.
We got to get back to that. But go ahead. Sorry about that, sir.
No, sir. Thank you for jumping in and letting me know, and just further affirmation that you do know what I'm saying, and that and the information that you're receiving. Because the thing is, it is between man and woman, but it's more than that. I thank you for saying that. I needed somebody to hear that, because I'm like, it's like I said, y'all live in not you, people who say I live in a freaking box, and I'm like, I don't know where. Listen, I don't know where the heck you've been or where you grew up. And I don't know what you've been through, but that's not love, brother. I can tell you that.
And you know what? And I just because you know what? That's where this weird talking point, which I'm get personal for a minute.
Go ahead, brother.
Road raging, R'Shaun, where they go in this hatred about stepfathers. And I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? That as a man, I can't love someone else's children. I love all kids. I don't have to be sleeping with the mother. We need to start as adults loving children, period. Them kids ain't done nothing to your ass. I ain't saying you got to take care of them, but I'm saying to sit there and beat a person down to say that you can't have or you shouldn't, I'm going to take care of them if I love them. If I love that little boy down the street, you damn right he mine. I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to protect him as if he was my own. That's just love. And I think that you like you said, it's something wrong with you if you ain't got none. If you ain't gave none, if you ain't gave none, you ain't got none. And that's a man that's dead inside. I don't want to feel that before it's time.
Definitely. It's like I said, it's a terrible feeling. And no one should ever have to experience that. And even though the things that I do talk about on my channel, I've always often said, I don't like to bask in hatred or angerness, because I realize especially when I was 15, I had a very angry, like I said, that was a dark period in my life and a time of hatred. And the thing is, I used to be Christian. And the thing is, all those teachings didn't leave me. The thing was, that love is what probably that was still listening to me. Even when I went through those dark times, those people were still there to help me. My whole church. People don't like what you said about what you said about the whole people, the community, and things like that. That's what that was for me at that church when I was Christian, the whole time when I was young. And they helped me. Young ladies getting me out of situations. I mean, adult mothers and things like that. Like that's what that was. That's the community right there. And the thing is, I'll say this. I really hate this freaking argument that people make and this has got to be said. Love between man and a woman is not sex. That's not how it is. Love between man and a woman is when they have connected, is when they're connected mind, body, and soul. If you believe in the soul too. But the thing is, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So you gotta take that just sex part out because that's not how we connect with women. It's not how we connect. Personally, it's not how I do it either. I am very different in terms of that. Yes, my father and uncle told me to charm women to, do things like that. And also, in order to woo a woman, I had to learn things particularly on my own from other stuff, but also the understanding of what a woman was came from my grandmother. And the thing is, no, not to be a nice guy, not to be a good guy, but to be a man in order to understand that that you two complement one another. There is no you, no her. There is the both of you. And if you cannot understand that, then you probably shouldn't be in relationships. Is what I tell people. And I mean, and I hate to say what nobody should and should not have, because technically you're entitled to whatever you think you should do. Because I do believe in freedom, because I do
Mhm.
believe in the actual not being thought policed and constraints. Because no one should ever have shackles on their arms or on their brain. And I preach that very heavily on my channel. And
Oh yeah.
that's yeah. Like I said, that's just something that you have to that people need to understand. It's not about you. It's about the people around you. Now, granted, thank you, Quantum Love. I appreciate that. It like I said, my grandmother and my father are one in a million people that have probably created something special, which is me. And and I'm not saying I'm special when I say that, but like made something special out of that teachings that they've done. Because have had so many people that I've run into on the YouTube streets that tell me I've never met a black man that thinks like this. I've never met a brother that loves Asian culture the way you do. Ever talk about it? All the other cats talk about is I'm not gonna use the p word, but I'll talk about women's body parts and freaking just drugs and drinking. And I'm like, yeah, trust me, I'm nothing like that. The difference is with me. Even if you spend a whole day with me, you would realize I'm so different than the actual average person. And the things that I do and the things that I'm currently working on now to even be better every day. It it's a process, and I'm just not willing to stop. I just need to keep going, and I understand. Like I said, I understand some people are frustrated out there. I get that, but I think you need to know when to let go. Like I mean, and when I say let go of things in order to do the work on yourself, and then as a means of you doing the work, you can let go of that past negativity that was in you, and then you can literally work. And then once then, that's when the healing starts. You start doing things that you didn't do before. You start actually acting in different ways. You start actually becoming more more of a better version of yourself. And the thing is, if you let like I said, if you let it happen, you'll see better results. And the thing is, you just can't like just say I wish it away. I can't do that because like listen, I'm gonna tell everybody here, this is something personal because Rico said something personal. I did something when I was very, very young to my great grandmother that I can never take back. And to this day, I cry on the inside, and I to ever speak about it. And the thing is, I love that lady with all my heart. And if I could ever have one word to speak to her again, I want to tell her I'm sorry and I love her so much. Whether she already knew that I love her or not, we'll probably never know. But the thing is, if I ever had that chance, I would go back to actually tell her that because she was that near and close to my heart. And I have to and that mourning process is rough for a man. It's rough. It's not something. It's something that I do it. I don't just do it for me. I do it for her because I want to let her know that her, aka her daughter, aka my mother has mother raised a good son. And the thing is that I just don't want to be a disappointment to my father and the people who have like raised me. So and the thing is that's not what's implemented in our people currently today, and I don't like that because they never had that fear of disappointment from their father or their mother, and it's just kind of like do whatever you want. And I'm like, yeah, you guys have no structure. That's the problem. And the thing is, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, whatever, guys. Like I said, you guys have heard me talk all day. I've made mistakes, but the thing is, I understand that I made a mistake. I wrestled with what I did, and the thing is, I have to learn from it to be better, and not to make sure that ever happens again. Because you are a human, you are flawed, and you're not going to get everything right the first time. But that's how that love around you, that surrounds you, always comes back to help you within those dark times in your life. But I've talked enough, guys. I'm gonna let my man Rico and R'Shaun talk.
No,
Gotcha.
no,
And
no,
real
no,
quick,
sir. Go ahead, R'Shaun.
not gonna say I want to shout out to some people that popped into the chat. Princess K, thank you for being here. She said, hello to everybody. She was on First Lady Tammy's book club on Tuesday. So thank you. Saw you pop up. You had some very interesting things to say. She even sang a bar. So Princess K, thank you for popping up. Then our brother Sim Sima, RRP. Hey, me and Rico need to know what the R and P stand for, because we thought the R and the R was Rico and R'Shaun, and we thought the RP was for Red Pill. So when you get a chance, man, let us know what the RRP is, because we were. And he's also our 7th follower over on the Critically Drinking channel. And our other sister, oh my gosh, Sheree B. Chicago is in the building. Now, since she's not coming up, I'm not going to give her one of those long-winded Chicagoan intros that she gives everybody else. I'm not going to be over here sipping on my little Stella Rosé, none of that. But real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Sheree B. Chicago. Our guy, Mr. Best in the World, has popped up. Mr. Best in the World 84, salute to you, sir. Thank you for your participation and your help and everything else you do in these YouTube streets. And we have a star, y'all. We have a star. I'm about to put it up on the screen, y'all. We have a star. Sherelle is in the building. Sherelle! What's up, young lady? We appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Let's
much.
do the wave. Let's do the wave for Sherelle. Let's do the wave. Yes, he
Well,
be running
definitely
these
appreciate you, man, running these streams. I did want to make 2 quick points, but while I'm doing that, Jay, if you wouldn't mind in the private chat dropping your link to your subscription to your YouTube channel, and I'll pop it out for the chat.
Got you, brother.
2 points I wanted to make was, 1, you guys talked about loving children of women that are not someone you're sleeping with. I wanted to give JP credit to that, because I know she had brought that up a while back. Why can't men in our community take care of women and children, offer protection and help to women and children when they're not trying to sleep with the mother? So I definitely wanted to give JP, the aspiring matriarch, credit, because I heard her say that first, and I was like, when you guys talked about it, it rung that bell. So definitely, JP, we love you, miss you in these streams. Hopefully you're coming back soon, or can come and join us. Whatever you can do, please do, because we do miss you and your wisdom. And the second point, Jay also talked about better. When he first started talking off, I think I can't remember if he said Maximus, but it was something Roman.
Spartacus.
But he talked to Spartacus. I was watching On the Block with Jen, and I had a disagreement with her from the chat, because she was saying Rihanna could do better than ASAP Rocky. And I was saying, it's not better, it's different. Now, my idea is we keep talking about better. We keep placing value judgments on people. And I want to warn people about saying better instead of different, because let me show you what better leads to. I'm better, okay? That automatically creates the opposite. Someone is lesser. So you're creating an inferiority in your mind for this other person. And if your actions, because you're going to act out what you believe, you feel they're lesser, you're going to treat them lesser. So then they're going to feel lesser, or they're going to rebel against your trying to make them feel lesser. So you're going to create friction in the dynamic right there. So you're already going to create conflict by having that better value judgment in your own mind. All right. Then on top of that, once they feel inferior or not, once they rebel or not, you're going to have to respond to their response. And then that's where gender wars come into play. That's where isms come from, because somebody's better, somebody's inferior. Racism, sexism, every other colorism. Once you make somebody better, you make somebody else worse. So please, guys, please, 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 even in your own language, because language influences what people perceive, use different. That's different. And maybe it's better for me. That means it's better suited for me. But if you just say it's abjectly better, man, you're pronouncing to somebody that they're worse. They're a lesser option. They're less valuable as a human being. Eventually that leads to negative behaviors. All the major atrocities in society were because somebody believed they were better and some other group was worse. So in your own, we have to start retraining our thinking, because these are what we're seeing play out. People are making value judgment. Hey, men, we're not equal. But what they're thinking is men are better. So what they're doing is putting women in a lesser role. That's why they want you to submit. The way they're using the word submit is not the traditional way. They're saying it, but they're thinking something totally different. They're thinking you're lesser. So you need to be up under them, not up under their leadership. They mean subjugated. I've seen that. There's two groups of people that mean two different things, but we all know there's a contentious group out here that wants you underneath them. And that's a better and a lesser. It's the same thing with racism. There's a group that thinks they're superior. They think another group is lesser. So they act out on those beliefs. They're going to try to make sure that you're lesser. So please, people, if you take anything away from what I'm saying, use different. Hey, he's different. And maybe that's not better for me, but don't just say better. You have to qualify it, better for me. I think that might be better for you based on your specific traits and characteristics. But once you say better, you're making somebody else less than. And that's what causes a lot of problems, everybody.
Yep.
While
Yeah.
Rico and Jay take it over, we got Mr. Best popping up. So
Hey,
real
Mr.
quick,
Best.
Yes, sir. Salute, brother. Salute.
John Cena.
Rico.
Oh my God. John
Cena.
I'm throwing the flowers, Arshawn. I'm throwing the flowers as he comes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, man. The
Go ahead.
love I've been getting is just amazing, man. The love I've been getting is just amazing. It's definitely is a blessing. Thank you for everybody who's keeping it real, who hasn't acted goofy, who hasn't acted weird. You know what I mean? Everybody who's kept it true, I appreciate y'all, man. For real. Jay, what's going on? Sean,
Hey,
what's going
brother.
on? Rico, what's going on? Little bro, I love what you shared, little bro. You really opened it up, man. I'm glad you did that. And Sean, like what you shared about the whole thing with Rihanna and the homie, man.
Yeah.
I just want to say this really quickly. You know what I'm saying? I think that people just got to stop putting people in their box for what they believe relationships are. You know what I mean? Do you,
Thank
boo?
you.
You know what I mean? You figure it out for you. You create your own lane. Okay? You know what I mean? And I think oh man, Enrico, I gotta thank you for this, man. I gotta thank you for this. I think this is why wisdom is so keen, because I remember you said something, and at first I was a little taken aback from it because I didn't really understand your mindset. But then when I really thought about it, it all connected. You know what I mean? You was talking about how making a woman making your plate really don't matter, right? And then when I really thought about it, I said, well, shit, it really don't.
He said, I really don't. Yo, that's
you know
good.
what I mean? I had to really think about that. Like, I'm like, yo, it really don't matter. Like,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, man, like, if she coming home to you, you coming home to her, everything is rocking the way it need to rock. We ain't got to get into details, but we know what we talking about. Everything rocking the way it need to rock. We rock the way we rock. We good. We good. We got food, bills taken care of. What else do we need? Like, you know what I mean?
Just be chill and just spend time. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, but the only time it become like a debate is when people want to throw their own opinions, and a lot of times when people want to throw their own opinions, a lot of these people, some of them don't even really have like healthy relationships or even have a relationship at all. Just to be completely honest with you, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's just, we just got to really go off the soapbox, let people figure out their own thing, their own household, especially if you're not gonna pay. I can't even have more than a 30-second conversation with you about what you want me to do in my house. Honestly, like I'll give you about 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and after that I'm done. Because if you ain't, I'm like Beyonce when it comes to that. Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Okay, all you gonna pay some of these bills? Okay, you got all these opinions. Where the bill money? You know what I'm saying? You gonna pay some of my bills? No, get them out of here. I ain't trying to hear you. You know what I mean?
Mr. Best, let me ask you a question, right? Because I you got me on that plate thing, right? But I'm just saying, all right, seriously, I would ask you seriously if that was an issue, I'd be like, Mr. Best, you hang on a sec, my stupid dog, my wife, Nina, you ain't gonna do nothing. My question would be, That's the hill you want to die on, a plate.
That's that wisdom right there, yo.
That's the hill you want to die on, a plate. She cooked the food, but you can't get up and make your plate. Come on. That's the hill you want to die. So I mean, me and my wife have issues. Her making me a plate ain't gonna be one of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that go on in the house.
That's not the hill to die on. I'll die on some financial. I'll die on some other stuff. A damn plate. I was making them before I met her. I can keep making them.
That's true. That is true.
Oh,
I won't lie. Like, I agree with you. I agree with you, Rico. And to follow my man's point, I mean, I cook for myself. Like, technically I'm my own chef. So like I said, I have had dated one girl that did do that. And it was out of the ordinary for me because I ain't never seen it except with my grandmother. But when it did happen, it just took me aback. Like, huh? I'm like, yeah. Dude, I had like a dumbfounded face on my face. I'm like, huh? And he says, already wrong, Rico. But no. Yeah, I know. But no. But all in all, she says well, where I come from, we serve them, we serve you first and then we go next. And but here's my thing. I first said like, oh, you don't have to do that. I got it. I'm like, no, let me do it. I wasn't gonna argue with that. I was just like, okay. Because like I said, you can get an argument over something stupid over like, come on guys, let's just be real. You got to know when to like let back. Like what you said, Rico, on a Brother Clarence's stream. That's the stuff that I'm talking about that I did. I was like, all right. I ain't gonna sweat it.
Right. That's the only thing I don't understand. It's like, I'm like, that's a hill that you guys are dying on, a plate. I'm like, with all the fucking buffets you go to where you're making your own, you're dying on that hill. That's crazy. And then for me, I'll be honest with my wife, I tell you, she probably hates me something because she'll cook and I don't even want to eat then. So like, no, don't make my plate. I'll because it's just like, I don't, and there's nothing wrong if someone does. It's not a right or wrong thing. That's not something to make an issue out of. And if that's your issue, if that's a deal breaker for you, she don't make me a plate, you got bigger problems. You got
and one.
If that's your deal breaker, she won't make me a plate. You don't need to be married at all.
Exactly. I'm going to quote the words of Jay-Z. You got 99 problems, and that's one.
Hey, but you better get that big piece of chicken.
But look, I did want to address what you said as far as I think you spoke about the two questions you had, R'Shaun, because I didn't answer them. One was about, what was the second one? Because I wanted to do the second one first.
Yeah, the first one, I was actually just responding to your 2 points because Jay and you both made points about not taking care of children that are not,
right, JP. So let me, I remember that.
That was the first one.
I just want to say this. JP was 1,000% right. She was. It is inexcusable why we shouldn't be protecting people in the community, whether you're involved with them or not. And that's my mindset in the first place. I'm not going to sit there and watch, like I said, whether, if the woman got to have, I'll sit there. That's the same thing like if I have an elderly neighbor and her sidewalk needs to be shoveled. I'm going to shovel it. I'm not going to have an old woman out there shoveling her sidewalk and, she 80 years old, I'm 50. No, ma'am, I got this. I'm going to do that. Cutting her grass and things and so on forth, because there are you have elderly people who need help. They ain't going to come and ask you because, like I said, we're not as neighborly as we used to be. So you need to offer it. And when my sons were younger, they probably don't do it now. I used to make them go do it. I'd be like, get your ass over there and go cut her grass. And you better not ask her for nothing. If I find out that if she offered you anything, you better say no. But then she was going to give it to me. Give it back. Give it back. And so I tried to instill that in them. I don't know if it took. I don't know if it took. That you can't always expect something in return. So, I try to push that.
Thank you, Rico, for doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a problem I think we have. And even at my advanced age, I'll do it for my next door neighbor. It snows. She's retired. She's old. when it snowed, I shovel and clear her sidewalk too. It's just like, no, I'm not going to be asked or anything. I don't know. It was that way when I was coming up. I don't know how we got away from it. So what JP spoke on is 100% correct. You should, at a bare minimum, look to protect women and children in the community, and they should not have to be someone where you have a personal relationship with. And the second question was what? Anybody who thinks differently, they're just crazy, huh?
Well, just real quick, I just think that's how we lost the community, because we're looking out for people that aren't under our immediate charge, and that's how you lose the community. We're keeping our households, but losing the community because we won't extend past our fence.
Yep.
But the second point was about better. I mean, because, and I'll bring this up.
I remember now.
Now, real quick, I want to bring this up so you can answer. Roll this into what you're saying. Like Sherelle said, I like that, R'Shaun, what I said about being better. But people can be better, and people can be less than in many situations. And just real quick, what I was saying, Sherelle, was that in many situations was talking about as a human. Because once you throw better out there and you don't put any qualifier like better for me or better for this situation, then you're saying better as a human being. And that typically what puts somebody in the other category, and othering someone typically leads to inferiority, mistreatment, and then the isms, racism, sexism, thisism, thatism, so that's what I was talking about, to clarify. But in many situations, yes, somebody, Jay Takashi, is going to be better than me in a foot race, but maybe there's something I'm better than him at in something else. But as a human, we're both going to live and we're both going to die. So there's no greater value. This is into situationally. But go ahead, Rico, fold that into what you were saying.
And I think I remember you telling me in particular, it was the Rihanna A$AP Rocky situation. It's extremely problematic when people project that onto people's relationship, because as you said, A$AP Rocky, she probably, if you meant better, somebody with more money, more hit records, more this, more that, yeah. But he probably was the best thing in the world for her. When you talk about relationships, people fit uniquely for the reasons that they fit. Rihanna chose to bring life into this world with A$AP Rocky because there was something about him. And we can't see it. So I don't think people on the outside should be looking inside trying to quantify, because that's what she's saying. Oh, she could have got with a better artist. She could have got somebody with more money. She could have got somebody more swag, somebody taller. But that ain't what Rihanna was checking for or looking for. So she couldn't have got better. She could have got different, but she couldn't have got better. Because oftentimes when we do get different, thinking it's better, it ends up lesser.
Or worse.
There are many people who go out thinking that what they're saying, the grass ain't always greener on the other side.
On the other side.
You think it's better, and you end up with lesser. It's always only been different. So to project that something different is better, no, it's as you described. It's different. It ain't the same thing you already have, but you calling it better. That's what she did. She decided, I'm going to call it better. No, it was just something different. And you better hope it ends up being better. Oftentimes, those people who go check that grass on the other side, what they're doing, they're trying to hop their ass back over the fence. And usually that's when you be like, nope, I added another 6 feet on that fence. You ain't getting back. Get your ass over there. You stay over there. Live with it. Deal with it. So you need to be very mindful and careful about doing that. And I just think, trying to sit there and assess celebrity relationships from the outside, that's utterly insane.
So real quick, Rico,
nobody tell a billionaire woman and a multi-millionaire, that's not even in our scope.
Yeah,
so let's bring that back to reality then. So let's take it out of the celebrities. We've heard people say that in our own lives. So we've heard, maybe you haven't heard it, but we know it exists. Where people say, you could have done better. So-and-so could have done better. Or even that person could have done better than you. Somebody might even tell you that. So what what do we say? Like, what metric are we using in those cases? Because I know in the person that's saying it's mine, each person has a different idea of what better means, but they don't communicate that. They just say better. So you're left, it's up to interpretation. Typically, it means like richer or more successful or more handsome. But again, they typically don't say those things. They just say better. And Rihanna may not have been able to do too much richer. I mean, how much richer does she need to go? Like you said, a multimillionaire. And he's a model, so I mean, does he? I mean, more handsome or like what's the better? What's the metric? Like Hanifa said,
there is but you know what the metric is? The metric is the word we started with in the beginning, the 4-letter word, love. And love is no one thing. It's what make that woman feel complete. It's what that woman feel like she can't live without. And she is an individual. Rihanna is not all black woman. She is a one single woman. And whatever sit there and ignites that love in her, I don't care what it looks like. When it comes, she'll know. And I on the outside, you on the outside, Jen on the outside, looking in to say that what would ignite it for me does not ignite it for her. That's why we are all unique, complete, independent individuals. Relationships are not they're not cookie cutters, nor are they supposed to be. They are even relationships between races and friendships. Nothing's cookie cutter about this shit. It's nothing cookie cutter.
Marcus, you gotta mute yourself. You gotta echo, brother.
So the constant projection of what other people should do and have to do this. I'm like that. No, I mean, I look at them on the visuals and I don't understand it. Hell, I don't understand why she had a belly out and why they wear ripped jeans. I don't understand that. But I'm not gonna sit there and knock them for being together. I'm like, but the only thing I got a problem with is why did she pick me? Okay. And that's it. Because she got the bag. She could have had all this. She could have had all this, right?
Tell that to your wife.
All right, Rico. I feel you.
Outside of that, it's just nonsense.
Hey, let's shout out Marcus Rodriguez, who just popped up real quick. Marcus, how are you feeling tonight, young brother?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? I just wanted to pop in real quick because I heard you guys talking some serious stuff right here, some serious grown folk talk.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
You ready for the LOVE, Marcus?
I think everybody wants love, man. Everybody wants love. I just think that, unfortunately, like I hear what everyone is saying here. It just sucks because love isn't unconditional. It's conditional. Like we all have conditions. We all have limits, boundaries. And I hear this sometimes, and I hear that usually from the woman's side, where they might say that oh, love could be unconditional, but yet when this happens, it starts to fizzle away. And I just feel like it's a false precedent. Is what I'm trying to get out of my chest.
You on the money with that. That's what, Marcus, you could be the one thing I believe in wholeheartedly, that love is conditional. I
learn a lot from you guys too, though. Like I hear a lot what you guys are saying, so I'm learning from you guys as well.
I believe in love. I believe in undying love. I believe in love wholeheartedly. But I don't think people inherently love. I reserve the unconditional love, and I'm not very religious, but I do believe in religion. In a broad sense, I believe in the undying love is from the Creator or the Savior, that He did so much love us unconditionally. I believe, I've seen too much conditional love in my existence. I've never seen unconditional love where people, a person, or anyone, even between parent and child, I've seen it broken, so.
Right.
That's my own twisted point. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to push it out. So when I heard you say it, I wanted to affirm that you're not out there on an island with the. I'm working on the unconditional stuff because it's like, okay, I want to believe no matter what I do, my wife going to love me no matter what, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, there's some shit I can do that she's just gonna be like, okay, that's a breach. Okay. So don't do it.
No, yeah, I hear you. Because like, I think that's the thing that maybe us as humans we do sometimes. We conflate empathy and compassion for unconditional love, the message that it is. Like, I can be a huge empathetic and compassionate person towards a human being if they're going through a tough time. I want to lend out a hand, money, resources, whatever it is, or help them out in something, in some way. So I think that's where maybe we we sometimes maybe throw that out there, like, oh yeah, unconditional love, but I don't know, because I've seen some cases, man, where parents they just don't show love to their kid like that. Or I'll see when a person gets rich or gets this lifestyle, and they switch up on the person they're with, and they leave them in the dust.
I definitely agree. Real quick, Marcus, I just wanted to say, man, I'm glad to hear you sounding better. So, are you feeling better, bro?
Yeah, I just had a lentil soup, so I was eating like lentils and like soups and stews, and you have some medicine and stuff. But
I'm glad
thanks for
better,
asking.
man.
I feel all about that. I was dying.
Man.
I was literally dying.
It sounded bad.
Man, you and Jay Bones were sick. I know that. You guys told me that 2 weeks ago. You guys were both sick. So hopefully both you and him are feeling a lot better.
I will say this though, just because I'm sick and down a little bit doesn't mean I'm not gonna stop my comedy tour. So I'm gonna keep chefing, roasting. People are gonna chef and roast me. I'm not gonna stop my humor. Humor is one of the greatest things about being alive. Jokes, taking jokes, whatever it is. Shout out to M3, aka Baby Bash over there. He's doing his thing in the chat, looking like Boys to Men with the shades on.
No.
Shout out to Mr. Best in the World too, man. And yeah, I thought Michael Jordan discovered Chicago. All right, so sue me.
Hey, real quick, I want to shout out a couple people that popped into the chat. We had Red Lipstick Vibes popping a little while ago. Thank you for being here, young lady. Definitely a lot of content popping off on her channel. So everybody, please go check her out. I know she's having her 4th installment about getting into the minds of men. I can't remember the exact verbiage, but it's about getting into the minds of men. So hearing men's discussion. And Rico, I can't hear you. Then Just Kaya, Real Talk Daily, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you for being here, especially since you probably have a stream still going, but you had time to stop over here to say hello to us. So we definitely appreciate all the love. And Rico, are you talking to us, or you got something else going, brother?
I think he's got something going on, probably.
Okay, yeah, it's just cool, Kaya cool. Looks like Tasha Campbell. I keep looking at her. I keep thinking, when I look at Kaya, I just look at Tasha Campbell.
And it's Blueprint of a Man's Thoughts. Red Lipstick Vibes, Blueprint of a Man's Thoughts. Thank you for putting that in the chat. But that looks definitely, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I'm missing to check that out actually, just so I can see what they actually view from like the minds of men, so they can actually see what we think. But to touch up on my man, our R'Shaun and Rico. Rico said something interesting earlier when it came to teaching the kids, not to expect anything. That's what's missing with modern. I hate to have to use the word modern, but like current time. I'm sorry, man. I'm getting tired, Rico. I'm sorry, man. I'm getting tired of these labels, man. I'm getting tired as heck, man. It's like the English language isn't being used correctly, and I'm trying not to lose it right now. I'm trying so bad not to lose it right now, because people are sounding stupid every time I hear them say it. I know we're in modern times, but please stop using modern women. Just say current day or something. Just say women of today. Just say that women of today or something.
I just say 2022.
Okay, that's fair. Thank you, man. The reason why I be following my words is because people be spitting out this rhetoric crap, and I can't stand it because I know I've been taught better English than I'm not saying I'm better than everybody, but my better English in speaking than this, and I'm getting tired of having to say that. Like, does anybody say the modern day man or the modern male? Anybody say that? I haven't heard that at all. And I'm not trying to use that. And the thing is, I'm not even trying to bash men or ladies when I say that, but I'm getting tired of these labels. God, Christ, it's getting annoying.
But Jay, you do know it's said, and that's the thing is, and like I said, the language is very, and R'Shaun said it earlier, it's very important. The language is said a certain way to weaponize things, to make things, again, like I said, it's only modern women. It's never modern men. Because what you're trying to say is something's wrong with these women of today as opposed to women in yesteryear. And like men are the same. I'm like, are you kidding me? We got dudes wearing chokers. And you trying to tell me they the same? Seriously? I mean, just all kind of
Skinny jeans.
nail polish, eyeliner. I'm like, but you know, we gonna pretend like we don't see none of that. But
yeah, that's true. We do that.
Every little, and the thing is, but you will take this one or two outlier where a Cynthia G or some other woman says some outlandish stuff, and you're gonna paint the entire community with that. But you don't paint the entire male community with the outliers. You'll be like, oh, that's just them. Well, why the hell that can't be just her?
Right, like just her. You painting the all ladies as if they, and it's the same thing. Yeah, Kevin Samuels said it best, and I'm gonna use an example when he says you take what that trauma from that one man and you paint us all with one brush, and that's kind of like what you're doing with the ladies in reverse.
Yes,
that's the and like I said, the same can be like I said, the same is true on the opposite end. That's why I never looked at it like that because I'm like, I haven't yet to see that. I have yet to see that. I only if they are, they're the ones that are labeled in the freaking news. Those are the ones that you're talking about. Like, for example, and when you're talking about like, why would you use celebrities as a means to guide you as a means to guide your life, to have a life? That don't make any sense. That's idiotic. It's very idiotic. And the thing is, it shows me that you have no self-conscious about what you want to do, or you have no will to do anything by yourself except follow a fad or a trend. Which fads and trends used to be the thing back. That was a long, long time ago. Used to be fads and trends, but this is the new fad and trend right now. Is this follow Instagram baddies, freaking bash ladies, or for ladies it's bash men. Then it say they ain't snit, and I'm just like, you realize how out of order all this crap is. Like you realize how nonsensical this is. This is the reason why there's.
Jay, let me interrupt you for a second. Just Kaya. I know you say you're struggling to see it. I'm gonna tell you, as an old man, they say the first three things to go with age is the ability to see, your memory, and I forget the third one.
Oh, that's Nico. Rico, that's funny, bro. I should be laughing, but that's funny.
Dad joke.
So hopefully the third one. Hopefully the third one is in wisdom. I hope.
So keep your glasses nearby.
Well, hey, I don't want to lose my sight when I get older, and I look forward to being old, but not too quick. Not too fast, obviously. But I don't want to lose that. I need some wisdom so I can pass it on. I mean that's one of the old sayings. It's a stereotypical saying, but it's one that holds up. You get wiser with age. Men and women. You're supposed to, is what they say. But yo, Rico, you had me laughing just now. That's funny. But
real quick, guys. Yeah. Jay, if you go ahead, and then I'm gonna ask you guys a question.
Oh, okay. I'll make it quick, bro. But just don't ever expect things, because my aunts and my uncles and put this in all their kids, including me when I was young. You don't receive. I can't say the S word on here because I'm just trying to be respectful. You don't receive anything unless you work your ass off for it. Pardon French, but it's and that comes off like don't expect. Yes, if you don't stop. Okay. All right. Ooh, it's hard to stop laughing. Okay, but that's something that you've got to always understand. I hate you, Cheryl. Oh, I'm trying to hold it in, but okay. But no, but like to finish it up, I'm just saying, like, never expect anything. For example, I have brothers that I have given gifts to, the ones that are married, my two little brothers who are not related to me by blood, and I don't give a damn. I love them. They're my brothers, and we're together. We have that unit. Ain't nothing gonna stop that brotherhood. And the thing is, one of them had to, it ain't a nerve, but he had to pretext to ask me, yo, I should get you something. And I said, no, I don't want it. Why? No, because I gotta do it for you, bro, because you got me something. Like, no. Even though you were so against me giving you something, I gave it to you that. I gave you that because I wanted to. I don't expect anything in return from anybody. And the reason why I have that mindset is because it was enlisted to me by my grandfather and my grandmother, not my mother and father at the time, but and then my father soon he further titled it on to me later on. But those two really put that in my brain, and then I just run with that ever since, and it hasn't changed. That I don't believe I deserve anything unless I work my tail off for it. Even now, I still believe this, and and even though I'm, my brothers like they say that to me, I told them, I don't need anything, bro. We good. Listen, listen. I'm not gonna ask you to keep being my brother. Just just like I said, just keep being the just let's just keep this brotherhood we got going, bro. Like I said, our unit, our hood is strong, and it cannot break that. As long as we, like I said, keep our brotherhood strict and strong, and we communicate one another, we check in one another, we is all good, man. That's all I need, man. Having y'all two is probably the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. One of the best aspects of my life. So, like I said, so you guys shouldn't, so men and ladies should never expect anything, to be honest. Work your ass off, and then I can't say it will come to you because that's kind of hopeful based, but more often than online, you are likely to run into what you like. If you will see, you go out and see, you go seek it out, and then when you find it, you've got. I mean, that's the achievement. So, always, like I said, never go on with "I deserve" nonsense. I hear that too many times. Man and woman, I hear it both from both of you. And it'll never come out of my mouth. I can tell you that. But our shot, bro. I spoke. You can go ahead and ask your next question, brother.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start with you, man. So, you spoke about your grandparents and then your father a little bit. What I want to know is who taught you how to love and what love was. And if you're like me, I actually learned about love later in life. So, who taught you what love was and how to love? And then did you learn later in life what love actually meant?
Okay, so I learned what love was from my grandmother and then from my mother. Is what I learned, and also different variation of people in the church of ladies that told me what it was. But it was mainly those two and the people in church, at least the ladies in the church. When I say that, um, and then later on through life, I know what it actually felt to actually really love somebody. And to this day, I have no hatred for her. I have no ill will towards her. I don't have anything of anger. And the thing is, because I chose in things, but the thing is, I wanted her to know I'm not gonna hate you. And me and her, well, we do talk every now and then, and don't worry, it's not like a fling or whatever. It's me actually making sure that she's okay. Because I know but the thing is, in order for her to be her own person, I let her go willingly so she can take that journey to discover herself. So and that was a hard thing for me to do because I needed to do that. And the thing is, our relationship wasn't toxic. That's the funny thing about that. It was not toxic at all. The only thing was I didn't understand the problems that she was having when she got into a relationship with me, but she had some past trauma that I didn't know anything about. And I'll tell you this, she did a good job hiding it from me in a sense, but I kind of sensed something was up. But thank you, Princess K. I appreciate it, sister. Thank you. Can't wait to do that music thing with you, by the way. That'd be nice. I'm gonna set that up sometime this week or next week so we can do that. But for my man R'Shaun, it was a matter of me understanding that this is a sister, someone like myself. But the difference, she she shouldn't be in this predicament right now. And even being with me I can't fix everything, but the thing is I can be there to help her. And then when she rejected my help and I'm not gonna keep pushing, but I generally asked her, I said, do you let me help you? I actually know people that can actually help. And the thing is that she didn't want it. So I took that as a communication as okay. I should end things because the thing is I can't keep doing for somebody who doesn't want my help or force the help down their throat. I can't do that. That's not right. I don't care what anyone tells me. That ain't right. You can't force things on people because I don't want anybody to force anything on me. So as we sat down, we had a talk. I let her go voluntarily, and then I told her, just seek the help that you need to get. And then years later, after she got back in contact with me, she told me what actually had happened, and I'm just like, yo, this explains everything that I was talking about, but also the trauma, a little bit of what Chaos talks about is real within our ladies, and you just don't know. But the thing is, I think you try to remain ignorant on purpose to not bring light to it, but you really should be truthful and be upfront. But just handle it with respect and care. That's all you can do. Once you handle it with respect and care, ease it, ease her and then ease yourself to be able to let each other go. Be like I said, be conscious with one another and to explain a thing. Go ahead, Rico. I know you want to say something.
Let me see if I can introduce something into the conversation. Because again, I know no, it's not a grenade. It's not a grenade. It's just
what?
He always calls them grenades.
Rico throws grenades into the conversation.
Super controversial. No, it's not, because I'm actually feeding off the young man. And also I'm still also thinking about what I told you guys. I agree with Marcus on, and kind of like the twisted way of my mind, the way it works, or like I said, growing up, it's kind of weird, like some families I see where families grow up and there's a lot of love and a lot of affection in the family. Oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles of it. It's just like, oh, they just dripping with love. Other families is devoid of it completely because you're just trying to fucking survive. You're literally, we talked about it, in poverty. You're literally on survival mode. They're not absent of love. It's just different. Yeah, see, R'Shaun? Not better. It's different. It's just, that's what they got to work with. If you got a lot to work with, you can waste, exploit, and do all kinds of stuff, experiment and all other kinds of shit. When you have very limited resources, you got to make it count. So what I kind of think of it sometimes in a way is like, again, like I said, for me, my perspective is always selfless. So I don't think, like as Marcus said, is I don't buy necessarily into the prospect of the unconditionality, meaning that, because again, come on, I'm just like, it's crazy to think, like you said, you couldn't force the young lady. Well, if she's
I wasn't going to.
But if she's crapping in your face or you crapping in her face, nobody's that going to be endlessly receptive to that. Well, just keep abusing me and misusing me and just forever, I love you. I'm going to love you. No one's going to be receptive to that forever. So eventually, it is a condition that you expect at least decency back in return. But an act of selflessness, meaning, again, I always say, it's like, and I think of the selflessness when we were talking about the love, it's like, for me, it applies whether it's an interpersonal relationship or a non-interpersonal relationship. A selfless act when kids in the neighborhood, the people down the street, someone that needs help, you just don't look for in service of others. I want to, because it makes you feel, it actually, that is the reward within itself. It is a huge reward in helping someone else. It is huge. That shit, you asked me earlier, I fall in love with having the ability to be able to help make someone's life better. When I can't, I feel sad. When I see someone struggling and I can't help, that hurts me more than when I can. When I can, I feel better. I want to be able to give, to help. And I think more people need to start to look at that. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Help a little. Help a little bit. It might just be a meal for the day. You ain't got to feed them every day. You ain't got to feed them forever. But you know what? You hungry? Come on. Let me feed you for the day. These are the things that I think, but we think if we can't fix everything, we ain't going to fix nothing. And that's crazy. It's crazy. You don't have to fix everything. Fix what you can. Help where you can. That's what most volunteer organizations ask for. They say, help where you can. Help where you can. We're not asking you to fix everything. Help where you can and as much as you can. And those are the things we are so wired, especially, and it's crazy in one of the most wealthy countries in the world where we can do the most. We seem to, sometimes we do the least, or we want too much affirmation for the little bit of shit we do.
Yeah.
So
I hear that a lot.
Something, I need a parade. They're not giving you no fucking parade. You didn't do that much. No one can. And if that's the reason for why you're doing it, don't do it. Your reward is in you doing it. If you need affirmation, celebration, success, don't do it. These people got enough shit, and I got to go out and I got to go throw R'Shaun a party. I'm hungry today. He gave me a plate. I got to throw this motherfucker a party tomorrow because he gave me a plate today. I mean, are we looking at that?
Yeah.
There's a psychosis that's existing between, well, we help, you know, like, okay, so what? You know,
Yeah.
when I hear us talk about it as a country, well, we put all this money in these poor people and all these poor countries. I'm like, yeah, but we steal a lot of shit from them too. When we talk about all the resources we give them, we don't talk about all the resources that we stole from Africa, South America, Asia, and everywhere else.
Facts.
You want to fucking you want, oh, America's so great, we give them money. Yeah, we stole a lot of shit from them too.
Yeah, Americans stole a bunch of stuff from a bunch of people.
Yeah,
And I've told people that, like, yeah, like exactly. They on a higher
all of
horse.
this stuff, I just think we don't look at. And I'm saying, if you, Jay, I, Rico, you, R'Shaun, we can look at ourselves as individuals and say, look, I'm a country of one. So for this individual instance and act, I need to start to think and look and move accordingly in a certain way. That's it. That's it. Not the end all, the be all.
Let me say this, brothers. Let me say this. I think I ain't got no echo, right? I'm good.
No, you're good, brother.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Perfect.
sound good.
I got my headset on. Thank you. So yeah, man. I just want to say first, man, Rico, I like that hoodie, man. That Just Do It hoodie is hard, man. I got to get one of them joints, yo. That joint is fire. You know what I mean? You definitely got to hit the Rico shimmy later on with that joint. With that being said, I will say this before I go back to playing some GTA, because I gotta finish the GTA joint. You know what I'm saying? I will say this though. I think that, like Brother Jay was saying, I think that you know, you can't force your help on nobody, man. Hey, hello. You know what I mean? So you can't force your help on anybody.
That's
man.
my
You know what I mean?
stepdaughter. For people who say I can't love nobody that don't look like me. Since 10 years old, she's a grown ass woman now. Wait, I'm sorry, Mr. Best.
No, you good, bro. You good. You know what I mean?
Yo, I love you, Rico, man.
Rico the man.
I love you, bro. I'm serious. I love you, man. I love you. We talked about love and community aspect. Man, you better stay with us. You better stay with us, because the shit you be dropping is valuable, and I love you. And that's what we need to continue to talk about. The love for the community, the love for each other, the love for... I'm sorry, Mr. Best. Go ahead.
No, Rico, no. And yes, Kaya, you're right. I am always a businessman. YouTube is a business, and you got to know how to do it. Now, with that being said, but I also am a nice guy too. You know what I mean? I don't like to let the monster out. I'll be trying to keep the monster in the cage. You know what I mean? Like Brother Jay was saying, you can't force your love on people, man. Like, when you try to force it, it always goes bad. You know what I mean? It never turns out good. You know what I mean? You gotta just let it be. Shout out to N3. See you in the comments too. And 2 Cents Uncensored. I see you, sis, and Wally as well. But yeah, at the end of the day, you gotta just let the love be, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, man, you know, there'll be times where you are giving somebody love and, you know, they still don't want to take it. You know what I mean? Like, they're, you know, maybe it could be a number of reasons. It could be trauma. They could just have other things going on. They don't know how to accept love, yada, 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 yada. But, like, once you offer that help and you don't take it, you know what I'm saying? I'm done. Like, I'm not forcing it no more. Like, you don't take it, especially if I showed you, like, yo, I'm really down to help you. You know what I mean? And you still don't want to take it, then it's a wrap after that. Because I can move on to something else. Or I can move on to someone else who actually values the things that I'm trying to deliver. You know what I mean? So, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean? I think, what is that called? Reciprocity or whatever it's called. I don't know. But, you know what I mean? But I also will say, I think it's kind of twofold with that, with what you were saying, Rico, as far as, how can I say, as far as like, I think with some people, I can speak for just myself. I don't want no parade, man. I don't want you to give me no parade, none of that. I just want you to show gratitude, you know what I mean, as a person. Say, you know what, man, thank you. That's it. Or in a relationship that we do have, you know what I mean, just show that level of respect. You know what I'm saying? If somebody helps you out, you can just show them that level of respect. Now, if you don't want a friendship with them, just say, you know what? I appreciate what you did. I just don't want to rock with you like that.
Hey, Mr.
I
Best.
would,
Mr.
yes,
Best,
sir.
what you say? When I tell you what your parade is, like I said, I do look for the gratitude. And you know what my parade is? Their success.
Amen.
So if I help you, your success is all the fucking parade I need.
Yeah.
Your success. If you come up and you got better as a person, as a husband, as a father, whatever it is, your success, they can't take that from me. I'm a part of that. I don't want you to acknowledge it. I know your success is what I'm talking about. And that's the love we got to get back to, because that was what was poured into me. And that's why I have a problem when people, and I never had a stepfather, but there were men in my life who looked at me and said, hey, boy, ain't got no father. I'm on, and I said, you know what? This is crazy. So their success, that's your parade. Go out, you see a young man, you help him. I'm telling you, that shit at this age, I'm out here looking for little motherfuckers now to help. I can't. I can't. It's an addiction. It's an addiction, and it's what keeps me moving, because it shouldn't have to be. So when we go, I go to the DR, I got a house there. Me and my wife, we're looking for people to help there. She's from outside, because these are poor countries, and I'm like, we're looking to. She going in September. She goes 2-3 times a year and do stuff. People that are like living, I mean, literally brick walls and a damn tin roof. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about these people have houses, even in the DR and in Haiti and other places. They have houses with tin fucking roofs, no running water, using an outhouse, no, it's just like, I'm like, we are so privileged here. So when you have an ability, it's like, you know what, baby, everything that I got extra after we do what we do, and I'm not trying to live extravagant, I try to help other people. I did. That's my pittance for not living as pure as I should be, because I don't know where the hell I'm going. Heaven, hell, wherever. I have no idea. I'm trying to do as many good deeds as I can, and it makes me feel better. That's all I'm saying. I really feel better helping people, because I think that if I don't, it's a really shitty place to be, to have the ability and not to do it.
Yes, sir.
God. So I'm sorry. I'm off my soapbox.
No,
sir. You spit
this
knowledge.
is your soapbox. You know what I mean? This is your soapbox for real. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, man, I think that's what it boils down to. You know what I'm saying? Acknowledging each other, helping each other, and just giving each other that freedom and that space to be where we need to be. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes a person, they have to be without your love to really appreciate your love. You know what I mean? They're like, oh damn, yo man, my back, yo, you really was really there for me, yo. He's like, yeah, I know, motherfucker. You see? Yo, when I come out to the East Coast, I'm definitely coming to Maryland. I ain't been in Maryland in years, but I'm coming.
You coming
baby.
here, sir? You coming here? We're gonna do it.
Oh, Rico, you in Maryland?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Oh, I used to live in Pennsylvania, so I wasn't probably way too far from you.
What,
I used
what
to live
part?
over there.
What part
in Erie. I was in Erie.
Okay. I know Harrisburg. I know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Harrisburg is where one of my aunts stayed at.
Yeah,
that's like 2 hours away, I think.
Harrisburg, Philly, of course, Philly, Pittsburgh, but
yeah,
Harrisburg.
Philly, Pittsburgh.
I used to run the streets in Harrisburg a bit.
Oh, okay.
A little bit. I ain't telling no tales. I'm gonna be quiet.
No, I know you ain't telling no tales. You just sound like, yeah, I used to be around the streets. I got you. I feel you. Okay, that's what's up. I don't hear too many brothers in Maryland. That's a new one, especially Delaware. I don't hear no brothers in Delaware.
No, but I'm right outside, like 20, 30 minutes outside of DC. So, But but still, again, at the end of the day, this is the kind of thought. These are the thought, Mr. Best. Like I said, the way you were talking, Jay, you fucking slayed us tonight. I mean, you.
I wouldn't try to.
No.
Yeah,
Don't
just
you?
laying some truth out here.
Do not apologize at all. It was like, damn, bar after bar after bar. And we want to push this message out and hope that it'll get out in the ether, and that black women, just women, period, can understand that. Look, there's a group of black men out here. We're thoughtful. I'm not, and of course they can label me whatever the hell you want. I could care less. I got a wife. Fuck y'all. I don't care. Label me whatever you want. It's just
you married. You good.
Right. It's just even if I wasn't, it's still a stupid argument that they present. So being married is not my armor. The idiocy of their argument is, I actually will tell them, your idiotic argument makes no damn sense.
Right.
So it hits me like petals off of a flower. It means nothing to me. But because I don't think there's enough voices that are speaking out into the ether to say, and I'm not speaking against them. This ain't about me and R'Shaun against the manosphere. No, this is me and R'Shaun speaking about me, R'Shaun, Jay, and Mr. Best. This is how we fucking feel. I don't know about nobody else. That's the new narrative that I'm pushing. I don't know about no spear, nothing. This is us. And we know that, yes, sisters, y'all got some issues to work on. We got some shit to work on too. We need to get together. We need to fix. And we're not even talking about relationships all the time, because, we got bigger problems than relationship issues. We got fucking community issues. We got political issues. We got all kinds of issues. We just need to start talking to each other. Period.
Thank you.
Period.
Like people.
And wherever I'm wrong, you check me, R'Shaun, J. Oh shit, I didn't think about that. But the bottom line is, we are not each other's enemy. And that's all. And I'm not gonna let people outside of us tell us I ain't did for the first 57 years of my life. They ain't gonna do it for the next 5 or 7 I got. What I got left, you motherfuckers will not speak that negativity into me. Yes, we got shit to fix.
That.
I know as a person, as an individual man, I got a lot of shit to fix. But you are not going to label me as trash. No. I'm sick and tired of it. And we got to stop letting people who look like us do that bullshit too. That's our problem. Our problem is people who look like us. It ain't the others. I ain't worried about the others, because that bullshit fall off of me. It's the motherfuckers that look like us.
Preach, Rico.
Preach, brother.
Sorry.
Preach. No. You're right. Honestly, even if it had to be said that way, it needed to be said. Because I can't stand when it's one of our own doing that, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Because why you? First of all, I've never heard of a group of our own people turn down their other people. Doesn't mean that doesn't happen to other people that we don't know about in other people's races. But I'm talking about us. I care about us. I'm talking about us doing it to us. Don't make no freaking sense. That don't make no sense. That actually started what made me turn me off from the community, when you fact that you started doing that crap. But the thing is, I shouldn't take your words to I should take them with a grain of salt. That's what I do. Just like when Malcolm X says, white men are all devils. So you got to take that shit with a grain of salt sometimes. He's not the standard of us judging those people. We love the man. We understand what he did, but he's not the standard for us in our life now. So sometimes you got to take what some of those people say with a grain of salt, and actually screw it. Just ignore them. And people hate when I ignore them, but I do it with purpose. Want to know why? Because what you're spouting is some nonsense. And those who never learned it in high school and never utilized it don't understand how great of a tool that it is used against people. Because you don't pay them any competition, you don't pay them any mind. You go about what you have been taught, and you learn as you have been. No, you keep on trucking the way you've been trucking. That's the best way of saying it. Because that's how you get better, and that's how you reveal and evolve as a person to actually help other people. If you want to help people, don't let nobody ever steer clear of you doing that. There's some caution that involves in it, but if you're willing to take the risk of that, then do it. Don't let anybody stop you from it. And I don't care what anyone says. Oh, he's a lame because he does this. Shut up. You wouldn't have the balls to say that to my face. Because if you did, if you came to me, you know I would choke you out. So don't do that.
Thank you, sir.
Because guess what? I don't talk. I do.
Mm-hmm.
And when I act, I'm a savage. So do not speak nonsense as if you're the God. Shut up. Please shut up. I hear stupid punks like this on the street all day talk like this as if they know something. They don't know anything. They're ignorant ignoramuses that I can't stand and that I ignore, and then they don't have a chance to be better. They have the chance. They have the now. Granted, if they're confused at a point in time, they can be helped. If they're the ones that say, "Let's screw you, I'm gonna do your own thing," okay, go do your own thing. If it ends up with you being beat up or maybe dragged along somewhere in the river, then that is just another life lost on the wrong side. As long as I see it.
I do want to say this one thing because I want to be careful too. Not careful, but just to be clear, again, like I said, I'm not promoting censorship. People will go, "Oh, you promoting censorship and cancel culture and all that bullshit." Me and R'Shaun, we've had this conversation. I'm like, yeah, I believe in cancel culture. Motherfuckers need to be canceled. It's people out here who just say reckless, irresponsible, stupid shit, and they need to be. We cancel people every day. So I don't know where all of a sudden, me and R'Shaun, I'm like, when all of a sudden did cancel culture become a bad thing? If I go buy a bag of chips and they stale and they taste like shit, and I tell everybody else it tastes like shit, and if we stop buying the chips, what is that? That's cancel culture. We just stop. We stop participating. If I'm watching a program and it turns out to be trash, I say it, we talk about it, everybody else talk about it, we stop watching it. Cancel culture has always existed before they coined the term. That's a deflection to say, my product is shit, but you shouldn't stop watching it because it's shit. No. That's not the way free market capitalism works. You have to put out a compelling, enticing, positive product. If you don't, people cancel. The networks cancel shows every fucking year. They actually have a time every year. These shows are canceled every year. Mm-hmm. And their fans have a hissy fit about it. Seriously. Right. So how are we sitting there saying cancel culture is a bad thing when cancel culture has been in American media for since television was born? If you ain't getting the viewers, we cancel your ass.
Yep.
Go ahead, R'Shaun.
Hey, real quick, I just want to shout out some people that came in. We hadn't gotten to them yet. Wally came back in a while ago. Wally, thank you. Has said salute to the panel and chat. Thank you, Wally, for stopping by. 2 Cents Uncensored, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you being here with us. Greetings to the panelists and the chat. I'm loving this. Love. We love you back. And we have Harris Tribe Media Group. Good evening, gentlemen and fellow chatters. Thank you, Harris Tribe Media Group, for stopping in and spending time with us. We definitely appreciate and love you for that. And we have Mrs. She Said. Hello, everyone. Mrs. She Said, thank you for being here. We appreciate you, love you, and thank you for supporting and stopping by. Thank you, everybody that's been in here. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I did want to get to people before they had stepped out. Marcus, our good brother, I don't know if he's trolling or being funny. What's the topic of conversation? I left and came back. We're still talking about love, but we had slipped into cancel culture. Now, I did want to correct you a little bit, Rico.
Yes, sir.
A little bit. Now, what you're talking about is like pretty much like feedback or a response. There is actually a thing, cancel culture, where people are actually mobbing up and attacking people because they don't like something. Not because it's a bad product. They just don't think it should exist. So I don't like what Rico said about the manosphere. So let's gather 1,000 people and spam a lot of messages to try to get knowledge and relationships to take him off their platform because we don't want to see him. Not that you said anything wrong. They just don't like it. And I think there's a difference between that cancel culture and what you're talking about. What you're talking about is just like the market responding. I don't like this product. I don't buy it. And that's different. Or criticism, like you said, I didn't like this movie. I tell my friends. That's criticism. Film critics, things like that. But cancel culture is another step beyond that, where you gather as many people as you can and try to demonetize or take away the platform or something just because you don't like it. Go ahead, Rico. I see you. Go ahead, run it, Rico.
Oh, here gonna shimmy. Here gonna shimmy. Because this goes.
Hey.
This goes back to an earlier stream we talked about, and I will say you are absolutely right and a little bit wrong, because this goes back to, I think we did the earlier stream about responsibility of your speech. So again, as a content creator, again, we all have free speech. Most Americans need to take a fucking civic lesson. Civics 101, to know what your rights and freedoms are as an American, what you can do and can't do. I think they just think that they can just take a shit anywhere and they can just say whatever they want and they can just be as racist as they want and just scream free speech. I'm like, that ain't the way it worked, bro. That just ain't the way it worked. Read a book. Start reading. Because the reality is that you're still responsible for, as we said earlier, R'Shaun, what you say out your mouth. So when the mob mobs up, and I'm not a fan of the mob mobbing up, but I always have to look at what was said in the context and why and how and all that. You have to look at all of it. So like I said, I come from the legal sphere, and for full disclosure, intellectual property law. It's not criminal law or anything like that, but still, it's no matter what type of law, and you're about dissecting bits and parts of everything. You're always, you just take everything apart. You look at nothing in totality. You look at the reasons, the context, the motivation, all these things. So if R'Shaun said something, and he could have been a great content creator and had all this great stuff, and I always tell you, yes, I throw the baby out with the bathwater. If you say one terrible thing, or I'm usually more than one, but closer to one or two, fuck it, everything got to go out. As far as I'm concerned, I'll get it from somewhere else. You look at the context. So when people mob up and it's like, well, R'Shaun had all this good content, but he said this one problem thing, and R'Shaun did not take the necessary to be proactive and say, okay, I need to vet this, because you just want to say what the fuck you want to say. Is it fair? Because 99% of the things he said was good and 2% of the things he said was wrong. Fairness really doesn't matter at that point. You said it. You have to, we're all, if I killed somebody, if I spent 50 years preaching to people and I killed the motherfucker because he slept with my wife, do they care about the 50 years that I was preaching to people? No. They don't. That one single act will wash all that shit away. That's the way the law works. It doesn't matter. It does not matter all the good you did to wash away the bad act. So if that one time you stepped out there, because ergo Joe Rogan, I'm going to tell the blackity, if you ain't from the blackity part of Africa where no sun exists and you 11,000 shades of black, you ain't black and I can call you a nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't care how many black people you had on your show. I don't care that I didn't know you had a montage of the N-words. I don't care. Cancel that motherfucker. If I found out today, I signed a petition. I didn't have to hear it 10 years ago. It doesn't matter. You got to stand on it because you said it. You can't hide. All of a sudden, I'm hearing all these free speech people talking about all the freedoms that they should have. Well, I said fuck them shit. If you find some fucked up shit that I said, and trust me, there's some fucked up shit out there to find. When you dig it up, cancel my black ass. Seriously. Because as I told you, R'Shaun, I have no right to have a voice. I have no right to have a platform. I may want one. We have a responsibility to gain the trust of the audience. And if we violate that in any way, in any measure, in any fashion, at any time, they have a right to cancel our ass. And I'm not going to change that. I might be sad about it. I might cry about it. But they have a right to do it.
No, I agree with most of what you're saying. But that wasn't the point I was making. I wasn't saying people shouldn't receive justice or have penalties. That wasn't what I spoke of at all. I was just saying there's a difference between cancel culture and what you spoke of. And
but
cancel
what
culture,
is cancel culture?
Cancel culture is speaking a lot about proportionality. Cancel culture is, I just don't like the fact that Rico's wearing a Just Do It hoodie, and and I'm going to get 100,000 people, and I'm going to try to make sure nobody ever puts him on a platform. I'll follow him from place to place. I'll get his personal information and put it online. That's what I'm talking about. So proportionality.
Just to button it up, are we talking about proportionality or accountability?
Because that's see, you're talking about is accountability.
I hear accountability.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem because if somebody wants to take you off the internet because you're wearing a great hoodie and they just don't like it, there's no justice in that. There's no legality in that.
Backing it up.
That's bullying. There's a difference between a bully pulpit and an accountability, like somebody can hold you responsible. There's a totally different scenario.
Let me give you a perfect example. 4 years prior in the state of Virginia, my neighboring state, we had a guy ran for governor, very progressive, very liberal, very democratic. He won. They went back to his medical high school yearbook and found his ass dressed in blackface next to somebody in a KKK hood outfit. They wanted him gone. The big fight was, okay, Ralph Northam and the governor of the state of Virginia, all the good stuff he done for black. But that was some unambiguously racist shit he did.
Yeah.
It just was. He didn't step down, he didn't resign, but everybody was hooping and hollering and screaming for it. There is the conversation where we always get, and remember I told you how, like, I find it strange. It always ends up on black issues, right? You don't see it when it lands on Jewish issues, Hispanic issues, because all of a sudden, let him have done a swastika. His ass would have had to resign immediately. Because it was black, he was able to survive. Right? Right? Let it have been he was wearing a Nazi outfit with a swastika. The minute that picture got posted, his ass got to step down. Wouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying? Because it would have been accountability. It would have been accountability. With us, it's proportionality. That ain't lost on me either, sir. Right?
But you still keep hopping. You still keep hopping streams.
But my question is,
may I say something?
You go ahead, Mr. Best.
Let me say something real quick. I think the only time you hold somebody accountable is when they do the whole Messiah complex, where they say, "Come follow me. I have all the answers. If you follow me, all your relationships will be good. I know everything. Such and such percentage of these people are single. Such and such of these people are this way." So, like, when they start doing that Messiah complex stuff and they start making it seem like they're holier than thou and they know everything and they have all the advice and blah 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 blah, then yes, you know what I mean. But if they're just a content creator or they're creating content and you may find something on them that you may think that's not honorable or whatever, then I mean, I don't think that person should be canceled or even ridiculed, unless it's something that we all just know. It's just crazy, like you messing with kids or whatever. You know what I mean? You murdered somebody or things of that nature. Like, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Blooming Ebony. You know what I mean? You assaulted somebody, something like that, whatever. But Rico, you know, if it's something to do with like something happened between you and your spouse and you did something, your spouse did something, and y'all trying to work things out or whatever, nobody needs to know that shit. Nobody needs to be involved in that. I think people take it too far. You know what I mean? Like, it's a difference if you're sitting up here and you're doing a whole Derek Jackson thing and you're like, oh, yeah, you got to be this way and you got to be that way and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But if you're just giving perspective and you're sharing analogies and you're sharing just thoughts and perspective, then nobody should have to cancel anybody.
Well, let me ask you this, because
well, I'm just making this last point. But when you sit on a platform and you make it seem like that's why I tell people, I don't talk about my, my intimate life. I don't really talk about my family life like that. I really keep those things to myself because don't prop me up as your example. I'm doing what works for me. Good, bad, and indifferent. I'm doing what works for me, and I'm willing to pay the consequences for it, and I'm willing to pay the money for it. And I have physically, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and financially. I pay for it. Trust me. You know what I mean? And still paying for it. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a difference between when people are setting themselves up as a Messiah complex, and then when people just have issues and they're just trying to basically, just make content. I don't care if you have issues. Everybody has issues. All the entertainers that we ever loved have issues. If that's the case, then all art needs to be thrown out and thrown in the trash. Because you can't name one entertainer ain't got no issue. You know what I'm saying? So let the entertainers entertain, let the content creators create, and leave it at that. But when they come up with that Messiah complex stuff, then it's a problem.
Let me ask you one question though, because and I'm curious, because I'm be honest with you, I'm admitting that I'm not right. That was just my position, and I have never signed any petition to cancel anybody. I just don't go wildly like. I hear people like cancel culture bad, cancel culture bad, cancel. I'm like, no, fucking R. Kelly needed to be canceled, and he ain't canceled. But he needs
that's a whole different situation.
Yeah,
but he needs to be, but he's not. But the bottom line is that's just my belief, and I don't go, well, he got, and trust me, I do the step in the name of love. I do all that shit. So,
yeah, I mean it's art. Art is it's art, and the music is enjoyable. We all know that. Like we're not gonna lie, the music is enjoyable.
With that, I sing I Believe I Can Fly, but I'm like, oh, he peed on that little girl. Okay, so I'm like,
God.
It just he did. It just is what it is. My question is, if the question I have is, and I agree, I believe certain people need to be canceled. Jeffrey Epstein, blah blah, a list of people. But if in fact we're saying we're pushing back against cancel culture and people have, so I'm just going to use Joe Rogan. That's the newest issue, and I didn't know about all the N-word stuff he said. Even though it was old, I was like, doesn't mean he shouldn't have to face account for that shit. He said it. He said going to Philadelphia was like being in the Planet of the Apes. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That shit, okay? That was his mouth. He wanted to go see the movie Planet of the Apes. He went into a movie theater in Philadelphia, and he thought he was in the Planet of the Apes. I'm mad because so many black people are jumping over hoops to defend this shit.
Exactly.
That's what I'm mad about. I'm not mad about him saying it because white people have always said this kind of shit. I think he has a blind spot in the level of ignorance, and I'm not even. Should it be canceled for? Fuck yes. I don't give a fuck. He's still gonna walk away with $25-50 million. Fuck that shit.
Same thing with Donald Sterling. It's a Donald Sterling thing.
Why is anybody upset about rich white people getting fucking canceled? I don't hear this when they talk about black people getting canceled.
Nope.
Ain't nobody caping for Whoopi, but you on fucking cape for Joe Rogan. Fuck Joe Rogan.
Wow.
Fuck him. Cape for Whoopi, black ass. That's my problem. I'm sorry. Why are we? I watched PMP shoot his fucking load, caping for Joe Rogan, but he didn't say nothing about him saying, take me in Philadelphia to a movie theater to see Planet of the Apes. No white people here, and you took me to the Planet of the Apes. The fuck? I'm not making this up. Y'all choose to hear what you want to hear, and you choose to react the way you want to react.
That's true.
You choose it. You can't cherry pick this shit. And I didn't say it. He did. Look at Trevor Noah. He broke it down for you. Trevor Noah broke it down for you. That's all I'm saying. I never listened to Joe Rogan. I've never listened to him. Hell, I don't know who he is. But I know he said what he said, and I know what India R. said.
Respect your Rico on that.
So it brought me to the space to look into it. And I'm like, okay, that's just y'all want to dismiss it and say it's okay. And then what he said about the blackness, I was like, that was 2 weeks ago. That wasn't 12 years ago. Oh, 12 years ago. No, he said the shit he said about you can't be black unless you're from the darkest parts of power. with no son. That's just 2 weeks old.
Mm.
So why are we excusing that? It was an inartful way of talking about it, but he still talked about it. And I'm like, I'm not mad at Joe Rogan. I ain't mad at nobody, white. I'm mad at motherfuckers that look like us that just keep giving them a pass for everything.
That's true.
So, Brother Rico, what's your question?
What's wrong with us?
What's your question, Brother Rico? Because I know we have to end soon.
I'm sorry.
So no. I'm listening. What's your question?
I don't even know. Where is the love? No. We're going back to love. It just took me off on the space.
It's okay, Uncle Rico.
But I did have some love songs. I got some love suggestions. Wait a minute, Mr. Best. Minnie Riperton.
Oh, I love that song.
Okay.
I love the stuff.
Donny Hathaway.
Hey.
Anita Baker. Angela Bofield.
Woo!
Phyllis
Ooh,
Hyde.
we got a good one.
Come on.
All you young heads, y'all don't know nothing about no love music.
I know about that.
No, I know about the young. I know about the love music. I do.
Peebo Bryson. Howard Hewitt.
Peebo Bryson, my boy.
Excuse me. Let me. Y'all got to get out of this new shit. Look up those artists. Listen to those songs, like Minnie Riperton, Back Down Memory Lane, Anita Baker. I got the same old love.
Lord have mercy.
365 days out of the year. I got the same old love. See what I'm saying? That's real music. That's real music. Y'all got to get back.
Oh, the bars, yeah.
Okay, I'm done. Y'all got to get back into that real music. I'll tell you one other one. To the ladies. Okay, get. Try not to moist your shorts. Will Downing.
Ooh, yeah, Will Downing's no joke.
Will Downing's pretty good.
Sorry, killed it. He killed it back in the day.
Oh, that was awesome.
And that's all I'm trying to tell y'all. It's like we had men who spoke to this holiday. Oh, I'm gonna end it on this. Okay. I expect a standing ovation. Okay. All right. This is the all-time love song of all. Okay. Always and forever.
Yo, that's my jam, yo.
Each moment with you.
Yo, that's my jam right there.
I listen to that.
Just like a dream to me that somehow came true. And if there's tomorrow, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. This dude's bringing up the good one.
Oh, Rico, you killing my song, man. I love that song. You killing it right now.
Yeah, bro, I'm about to go listen to that.
That won't ever change.
Heat Wave. That's the name of the group. Heat Wave.
Every day, love me your own special way.
Sing it, everybody.
Yeah, please help me.
I'm gonna throw some in there too.
What I'm saying is, if they listen,
to tell me
you really care, and we'll share tomorrow together.
Yo, Sean, I love you, bro. And
that's a jam right there. That's a jam right there.
Yeah. That's a good song. That's a great song.
So all I'm saying
plan to do. That's a jam right there.
One more, ladies. One more. I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm gonna leave you alone with the master. My Philly brother.
Oh man.
Eddie.
Oh my gosh. I waited all day long. Oh man. Just to hold you in my arms. Woo!
I remember that. Oh man.
Oh my gosh, man.
They don't know nothing about that. And all I'm gonna say is this. You know, when we're all into this love stuff, y'all need to go back and revisit that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really do. Because I'm telling you, we broken. And if you go back and you listen to these artists, the Donny Hathaway, the Teddy Pendergrass, you know what I'm saying?
Teddy Pendergrass, that's a good one too.
You know, if you go back and you listen to that, you know, you're gonna see where we come from. We
Marvin
are
Gaye.
loving people.
Marvin Gaye, all his songs, brother, like all them, all his good songs.
We are an unbelievably loving people. How in the hell we got this broken? It's mind blowing.
Facts.
Hey, real quick, I want to give a shout out to
speaking.
She Stole My Thunder. She Stole My Thunder. Thank you for being with us here tonight. Thank you for stopping in, everyone, so far as well. Hope you are doing well. Also, hey, Jay, we are getting ready to wrap up. If you wouldn't mind giving us your last words and shout out your socials. I know I put it in the chat earlier. You can send it to me in private chat again, and I'll post it one more time, please. But shout out your socials and hit us on the way out.
All right. Your mama man Rico, he put out some songs for you guys. I got a couple for you guys to check out that are very romance. Cause like I said, I listen to everything, even the old school romance songs. Like I really be in the motherfuckers on my days when I just been feeling the love and just loving myself and also what I got. So you got my man James Ingram and Carney Wilson. Our time has come. Listen to that, and that's from Cats Don't Dance. If y'all don't watch the old Disney movies, that's another one. Our time has come upon us. Y'all don't know nothing about that.
Come on, Jay.
Please don't. Please. Like, I know my music, y'all. And I got the old school Where's the Love by Donaway. Like I said, you gotta check that one out. And also the Black Eyed Peas version is really good too. I love both versions. That's a song for y'all should listen to. And people get on Joe to see, but I'm gonna say this, man. Yo, listen, I'm still waiting. That's my song. And Forever My Lady. Forever My Lady. And it means so much to me. I told you guys, like them songs are freaking beautiful. So, always, like I said, always be willing to check those out. And just go back to the roots of what made you what you are. And and one last one. Donna Summers. The Power One. That is a sister that y'all should that could sing. I'm telling you, I got that.
Boy.
Bro, I got the song on my phone, and that is from anybody who watched the old Pokemon. And the end of them credits, we had a sister singing freaking heavy on some Whitney Houston. So please drop that. Check it out. Also, guys, I got me and Princess K, we in the talks. And we're gonna be doing a music stream about K-pop, J-pop, but also old school music all around. It's gonna be a whole music stream we're gonna talk about. So me and her, that's coming up next. And also be sure to like to my man Rico, R'Shaun, world's best 84, my dude. And also, like I said, be sure to check out those songs, guys. Never lose what's most important to you, and always keep it near and dear to your heart. I don't give a damn what anyone says. If that sounds cheesy or corny, I don't give a damn. It is the truth. So, check it out, and you guys have a nice night.
All right, Jay, appreciate you, sir. And Mr. Best in the World, give us your closing arguments.
Man, thank y'all for joining the Knowledge and Relationship Experience, everybody. Y'all know how we do, man. Rico R'Shaun, thank you for being a part of our team. We always appreciate y'all, man. Much love to you, brothers, man. Y'all know how we get down. Everybody, stay tuned. We have a beautiful interview coming up. I'm not gonna really throw it. I'm not gonna really throw out there who we interviewing, man. You're just gonna see. You know how I do. I drop the bomb on you, and then after I drop the bomb, I like to see the after effect. So yeah, man, definitely. Check us out, man. I want to thank everybody in the comment section. Thank everybody in the chat for showing us love. We appreciate all y'all. All the content creators in the chat, please like and subscribe to their content. You know what I mean? And definitely show them some love as well. And yeah, man, stay tuned, man. We got, like I said, we got a lot more stuff coming. You know what I mean? Next after this, and then more stuff coming this week. So yeah, you know what I mean? Rico R'Shaun, y'all take it away. Y'all know what it is.
All right, everybody. We want to thank you for coming out, spending time with us. We did want to ask, where's the love? And you have brought the love to us. So we thank you and appreciate you. And we're going to return the love right back to you each and every time that we see you and meet in these YouTube streams and in the streets. Because, you know, people are trying to link up. So Jay, Mr. Best, everybody in the chat who we mentioned, and Rico, I just want to thank you all. Love you all. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'll pass it over to Rico, and then M3 can close us out.
Well, let me
actually, hold on, real quick.
Sir.
I had to stop the show real quick, just for a second, right? See, how y'all gonna sing without me though, right? I know I was on the road, right? But hold on. Before y'all start singing, let me go at this real quick. Lady, it's like a dream. Holding it down and keeping it close. This is what I mean.
Hell yeah.
Y'all ain't about to fuck up nobody's songs, right, without me up in there. Right? Now, with that being said, I'm about to bounce and get ready for the next show. But stick around, stay tuned, everyone.
Hey, Rico.
Everybody.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Rico. You came in here like, nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. You ain't got it no more, Eddie Kane. You ain't got it.
Damn.
You know, look, let me just say this. Mr. M3, you killed it with that. But it is, we about to get a group together, for real.
Oh Lord.
And, oh yeah, everybody check out the Whispers too. That's some real old school music. Them brothers can sing. Rock Steady, baby. That's my song.
No.
We can rock.
In between
Them
the
brothers can
sheets.
sing.
Oh, in between
that
the
one too.
sheets.
Yeah.
They got a lot of good ones too.
Oh, baby. Making love surrounding me.
Oh, baby.
So y'all would have had me singing if y'all went to Marvin.
Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all good ones, man.
But my thing is that when I say it, it's like it just okay, Princess, your ears gonna be all right. Put on some earmuffs.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Ashan. Oh, baby. You should love the ball. Woo!
All right, guys, I'm about to get out though.
You know this though.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah, we howl.
I love Watts. That's my boy.
But,
He says somebody plug the power on the microphones.
Dominique, I'm about to go get in the shower. It'll sound better. Okay. All I'm saying is that look, it's not about what we sound like. I've always known I couldn't sing, but the music moved me, and it can move you guys too. And the beauty of it is we've gotten away from that, which made us a loving and giving people. Y'all can't tell me all these songs that we talked about, that we put in. Don't listen to us. We just dropped the suggestion. Go listen to the originals and tell me that you don't walk out moved and different and changed. Because I can't listen to that stuff without crying. I don't cry a day in my life, but when I listen to them old songs, I'm fighting to keep that crap in. Because it hurts, because it brings it all out. These are the songs, even as Stevie Wonder said, Stevie Wonder had an album that he titled Songs to the Keys of My Life.
Wow.
A lot of you not. That's an honest to God album. And it was a fucking huge hit. And those songs were Martin Luther King birthday, thinking back on when I was a little nappy-headed boy. Dun, 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 dun. All I wanted for Christmas was I mean, it's just like this is where we come from. So when people speak to you about you and your blackness and your African American blackness, and when they speak negative of you, you just need to go there. And you're gonna come back and be like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? That's not us.
Right.
So we do have the problem that we're dealing with today, but I'm saying to Mr. J, Takashi, young sir, and all the others, and I'm glad that you got the wisdom to look back.
Thank
But
you.
the rest
I never
of
left me.
they need to look back too and say, hey, we ain't from that. This might be where we are, but this ain't what we come from.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta do better than that. And it is incumbent on me, you R'Shaun, because you the next elder, and you, Mr. Best. We gotta speak this to them and tell them, look, no, you don't have to accept, what they say about us, because that's not us. I mean, I don't know the country that my ancestors come from. I know the country that I was born into and my parents came into, and I know that we came from better than that.
Yeah.
We didn't come from perfection, but we came from fucking better. And I ain't gonna let nobody paint us as lesser than. Through our trials, our struggles, our stigma. So I'm not going on to a long diatribe about it. This was a great conversation about love. And I love you, Mr. Best. I love you, Jay.
Love you too, brother.
And goddamn
Love
it,
you too, brother.
R'Shaun, I am madly in love with you, sir, because you are my brother. You keep me centered, you keep me straight, and you give me fucking hope. So that's all I gotta say. And for everybody out there in the streams, find somebody else to love outside of yourself, whether it's in your family, whether it's in your neighborhood, whether it's your neighbor, whether it's a kid down the street, because just love humanity. That's all I got to say.
Can I just say this last thing?
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I mean? Oh, it's always gonna be knowledge and relationships forever.
Nah, that was sweet though. Everybody,
Yeah.
have a wonderful night. That was a wonderful note, Mr. Best. We're gonna do that every show. We need you closing us out like that. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
DJ, Eddie King.